everybody. Good Friday night to you, and welcome to Mercer Stadium in Sugar Land, Texas. This is Vype, FortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend ISD High School sports. I guess you could say that's too limiting. It's actually Fort Bend County High School sports, as it's the Travis Tigers out of Richmond taking on the Foster Falcons out of, well, Richmond. I guess this is the Battle of Richmond. I'm Roger Smith. Patrick Kinnick is with me. Welcome in, Patrick, and we've got ominous skies above, but we have two quality teams. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Start talking.
Well, yeah, I think the skies are looking like they're going to clear. Roger, you said there was, it looked a little more bleak earlier when you got here. You arrived quite a bit earlier than I did, but I think we're going to get started on time. That's a good sign, huh?
Yes, it is a good sign, because as I was walking up, there was a weather delay in the warm-ups, but they look like they are headed for a 7 p.m. kickoff as planned. And it's one of those things where we've been to some games where you'd get heavy rain in the afternoon.
Yes.
But then the clouds clear away and you see blue sky. I don't see any blue sky up there.
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the difference. There's still some clouds lingering, but I'm just thinking we're going to be okay. But when I say that, then maybe I'll jinx it. Hopefully I won't jinx that. But the crowd's filing in, and they're introducing the cheerleaders, and things seem to be on target here for that 7 o'clock kickoff, and we're looking forward to it.
And speaking of crowd, we just need to let everybody know ahead of time.
Yeah, let's do that.
That they're not going to be able to hear the crowd. We are in a situation where the number one thing for us is to protect our equipment, and sometimes we broadcast. In fact, most of the time, the last couple of seasons, we've broadcasted from outdoors. At Hall Stadium, you have a press box above you, but here at Mercer, you don't have that. So we have to come inside, and there's no way to get the sound from out there to come in here. So Patrick and I will sound like we're in the laundry room tonight.
Yeah.
And we apologize for that, but I guess that's just the way it goes. No worries, though. We're going to make the best of it, and we have a couple of ideas. We might be able to solve this problem in future games, but for right now, it's time to bring you the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. But first, we'll tell you our exclusive VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County High School football is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Break free from the big three with wireless that does it all. Unbeatable internet made to do anything so you can do anything. By First Tire and Auto, 4 great Fort Bend County locations where you get the best prices on tires and anything your vehicle needs to run at its very best. All 4 locations open Monday through Saturday. Visit firsttireandauto.com. By Next Level Urgent Care. More than 30 locations in Greater Houston, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Longmeadow for you Travis folks, Greatwood, and 4 locations in Katy. From OW to WOW, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. By Archer Volkswagen, open since 1956 and ready to serve you. Archer Volkswagen is on Highway 59 South, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. You will feel like family at Archer Volkswagen. By Needville Insurance Agency, put hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, that's not accurate. But put hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars back in your pocket when the Needville Insurance Agency team shops all those insurance carriers for you. They'll find the very lowest costing plan that's just right for you. Save on car insurance, home insurance, flood insurance, or all 3 like they did for me. Call Bradley Stavanaugh at 979-793-7411 or click needvilleinsurance.com. And we're brought to you by Equitable Advisors. It's never too early or too late to get with Nick Arevalo and Equitable Advisors to create a smooth, soft landing into a wonderfully comfortable retirement. Thousands of Fort Bend teachers have made the right call to trust their financial future to Equitable Advisors, and you can too. You don't have to be a Fort Bend teacher. You don't have to be a teacher at all. Go with Equitable Advisors, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
What's up, man? Doing all right?
All right, here we are on the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. We'll talk with Trey Sissom in a moment, your head coach of your Travis Tigers. But first, to introduce himself and the rest of the officiating crew tonight is our referee.
Greg Maxwell. My head linesman is Bob Hubble. My line judge is Chad Jackson. My umpire is Melvin Ross. My back judge is Kevin Ross. No relation. My field judge is Larry Metcalf, and my side judge is Dion Samuels.
All right, thank you, Mr. Maxwell, and hopefully all the moisture will be sweat tonight, but good luck if it's something else.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back with Coach Sissom right after this on VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Equitable Advisors. Financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals, and that's how they deliver on their mission at Equitable Advisors, just like my friend Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. We'll be right back with more of the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn with Horn Solutions. We agree with energy analysts that the energy market has stabilized. We anticipate significant merger and acquisition activity. Good resources are scarce. Horn Solutions is positioned to assist you in accounting, finance, IT, and supply chain. Our staff can assist you with outsourcing, or we can supply you with resources to join your staff. Visit hornsolutions.net for details.
Gary Horn is a highly successful businessman who has made a huge impact in people's lives, and he loves what he does for a living. That's a big reason why Gary Horn and Horn Solutions support Get a Great Gig. Get a Great Gig is a free job search consultation service that will help you find a job you love, whether it's to make more money or get personal fulfillment in the career of your choice. Email them at getagreatgig@gmail.com or on Twitter at getgreatgigs.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. And here on VypeFortBend.com, we really enjoy competitive, tough games, and we are yet to see one in our broadcast yet. So we're counting on the Travis Tigers and the Foster Falcons to play a good, tough, close game. And this is Trey Sissom, head coach of the Tigers. And, you know, it was kind of rough for you last week, but Foster had a very impressive win. What do you think of Foster?
Well, you know, Coach McDowell's teams are always going to be well prepared, so we know what we've got coming in. They've got a couple of great kids on offense that are really special. You know, quarterback's playing well, and defensively they're solid. You know, we played spring, and we've been playing them the last couple of years, and we had a lot of growing up to do, and it showed in the game against a bunch of guys that had some varsity experience. But hopefully we've had a good week of practice, and we've corrected some mistakes, and we can kind of match Foster as much as we can hope for anyway. Just match them on the scoreboard as much as we can on the field.
It would be awesome if you could play spring again, because the only way that could happen would be in the state championship game, because they're Region 2 and your Tigers are Region 3. So
yep.
that would be great. But first things first, we got 9 more games in the regular season.
Yeah.
Who, just describe, you've had so many prolific offenses and great quarterbacks over the years. Who is the guy that is taking the snaps for you now?
Well, obviously, my son. It's exciting to have my son, Drew.
Oh, yes, it's your son, yes. You don't mind talking about him, do you?
I don't mind talking about him. His mama probably likes it probably more than I do, but he's had his share of varsity time. He played receiver and safety for us last year because Anthony Njoku was our quarterback, and Anthony's moved on to Davidson, and Drew's kind of stepped in with one 1 year experience in a sense at the varsity level, but none at quarterback. And he had a great game last week. He's over 50% completion-wise and threw it around. We didn't run the ball very effectively, so we had to rely on his arm a little bit. But hopefully this week we can take some of the pressure off of him with the little run game and then see what we can do.
All right, unless we change our schedule, we're going to be with you for 6 more regular season games after this. So I don't want to ask you every question, but I want to say something. I mean this very sincerely. Dina Scott was in a real battle with cancer over the summer, and she looks like she's doing just fine and has gotten through her last treatment. And I could not help but think about how we were really yearning and worrying over you when you had your multiple myeloma, I believe, is what you had. Also, I think Gary Pettis, the third base coach for the Astros, had the same thing. And what's your perspective with Dina back out here doing what she does in the athletic department as the leader?
Well, it's just like it'll be 5 years for me in January, and it's just it's an answer to prayers, and the only thing you can chalk it up to is God's will, and I know there's been plenty of prayers sent to Coach Scott's way as well as with me, and we're just excited for her to be over the hump in a sense. She's cancer free right now, and I think she's got one more little treatment to go through to get through her battle, and then she'll be home clear, and that's exciting. You never want anybody that you know, and even especially someone you care about and that you love, like our AD, to have to go through something like that. But she got the best treatment you could have. She's had an unbelievable approach to it, and that's probably as important to the healing process as anything, of having the right attitude and understanding what it's going to take. There's going to be good days and bad days, and that doesn't change. It doesn't matter if you're sick with cancer or if you're just had a bad day at work. There's stuff that happens, and she's come through it with flying colors, and probably like I say, we're not that I want to compare mine to hers or anything like that, but we're super excited for her to be cancer free and hopefully be over the hump in a couple of more weeks.
Well, Dina Scott has certainly been a blessing to my life. You have as well, and certain things that are snapshots in my mind that I never want to forget, even though it was a difficult time. The red cups stuck in the fence at Travis that said, "Pray for Trey," and the prayers were answered, and I'm thankful to God that we are all out here and we're enjoying another great football season already.
Absolutely. And like I say, it really is, when you go through things like that and you go through hard times, and people live through this every single day, and it really does make you appreciate these nights like this when you get a Friday night with the good weather and a good opponent, and you get to look around at all the kids and all the success that's going on with everybody that's here. It really, really makes you cherish these moments, and really, like I say, every time I come out on the field, when we say our national anthem, I always say a little prayer and say a little thank you to God for giving me this opportunity, for sure.
And your son. You get to coach your son. He's playing varsity starting quarterback for the Travis Tigers. So it's
awesome, isn't it?
It really is a dream come true, and you can't write a better script than what we've got. And just excited to get to be out here on the field with him, and really, count down those blessings every time that we get a chance to compete.
Let's kick this thing off, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roger. Appreciate all y'all's work and everything with Vype and everything that y'all do. It's great for what y'all do for Fort Bend.
That is Drew Sissom's dad. I forget his first name. Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the Equitable Advisors Countdown to Kickoff show. And it's Travis against Foster from Mercer Stadium. Glad you're with us on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. Don't forget that when we get to halftime, you're going to hear two great interviews, one from Greg Tepper. He's the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and he's one of the hosts of High School Scoreboard Live, the show like no other. And we're also going to have Andy Pettit, and we're going to talk about Tunnel to Towers, what a worthwhile charity. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick with you from Mercer. We'll be right back.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
We're back inside Mercer Stadium. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick, and it's the Travis Tigers, the home team tonight against Foster. And there aren't too many teams in Fort Bend ISD that are as close to each other in geography as these two, right?
Yeah, they would be very. It's a pretty good little rivalry, even though they're not in the same district or whatever. But yeah, they're much closer than, say, Rich Point, I guess, and Elkins, some others, So Foster is, like you said, coming off a good win last week. Roger, I've neglected to know who they beat. Who did they beat?
I knew 48 hours ago, but there's not enough bite space in my brain. I've had a very busy week.
You did say it was an impressive win, so they
played a fairly tough opponent.
A solid team, and unfortunately for Travis, they took on Spring last week, and they got beat pretty good. But coach is looking for some bounce back here today.
Foster is kicking off. Nick Lopez from the south end of Mercer Stadium, and we are underway. And a long kickoff that comes down to Jaden McCoy, moves to the middle of the field between the hash marks, runs into one of his teammates short of the 20 and goes down at the 18. And folks, I'm probably going to say this several times, but I think, what would I want if I were a listener to a game? If I didn't hear any crowd noise, and Patrick and I are in a booth, that's our only choice tonight because there's the threat of continued rain. And we can't let the rain fall on our equipment, but we don't have a way whereby we can get sound. So that's why we sound like we're in the laundry room. Drew Sissom at the controls for the Travis Tigers and gives it off on a draw play. His running back is hit near the line of scrimmage, but manages to eke out a gain of 2 yards. That's Ricky Lang. And, Patrick, you had said that last year, while your son Sam was playing for Travis, you saw them play Spring.
Right. And Spring was impressive last year, too. And he was able to pick up 2 on that play, top 2. Now there's a whistle.
Spring has a pretty strong program, but it's easy for them to be overshadowed by teams like Westfield and Klein Oak, and you got a very good Atascocita team. So Atascocita is in Region 3 like our Fort Bend teams, but Spring is in Region 2, along with the Woodlands and some others. All right, so after the penalty, it's 2nd down and 13. Sissom drops back, now steps up, and he's going to run across the 20, 25, 30. He'll have the first down and more, and knocked out of bounds at the 36. The tackle made by Christopher Gore of Foster, but I think Gore got the worst of the collision, and it's a first down for the Tigers. And by the way, you should think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Well, that was a good hit by Sissom. He didn't back away, and that was a good little scramble and first down Tigers.
He did deliver a blow, fakes the handoff, keeps it, runs right, and picks up 2.5 across the 38-yard line to the 38.5.
Well, you can see that the Tigers are trying to get that run game established. Coach Sissom said in the pregame show that was something they struggled with last week. They're trying to get it going here tonight.
Addison Ojiaku with that last tackle for the Foster Falcons, who have a man lined up offside.
Yeah, you saw it too, didn't you?
Sissom drops back, throws over the middle, got his man. It's a short completion as he delivers a crossing route to Nefemi Rufai, but that's going to be offsides on Foster. I think all of his hands,
yes. We
part
both
of his forearm.
We both saw it. It was pretty obvious, and then I was just waiting for the referee to draw the flag there because he was obviously offside.
Greg Maxwell is our referee. So the guy they flag is, as fate would have it, Patrick, here we go with verbal gymnastics. Ahmad Al-Chikali. I think I got it right. Ahmad Al-Chikali was offside, so that makes it 2nd down and 3 for the Tigers at their own 43. And a handoff up the middle. Lang gets the first down, bouncing off tacklers. He's not down yet. Gets inside the 45 to the 43.
Nice run.
It sure was, and it was a great 2nd and 3rd effort on the play. And there was a cornerback for Foster. He's the guy who wears 0, Chase Canada. He was very upset that so many tackles were missed. It's another first down. They mark it at the 44. System to throw on first down. Steps up. Here comes the rush. He's hit from behind, and down he goes. I don't know if that'll be a sack. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but if it is a sack, give it to Demetrius Godfrey, the senior defensive end.
Looks like it's a 1-yard loss, so I guess it would go down as a sack. Sissom did a nice job to avoid an even deeper loss there, but here they are, 2nd and 11.
3 receivers to the right of the formation for the Tigers, wearing their red jerseys and gray pants, and there's a run up the middle that's snuffed out before it can even get started. Lang was carrying, and he got a whole face full of Christopher White, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13.
Your other guy was there, too. You can pronounce it again for us, number 38,
Al-Chikali.
He was right there, too. They had a little sandwich there in the backfield.
His last name sounds like a new brand of kombucha. Check it out in GNC. Just kidding. It's not yet really a product as far as we know. 2 receivers to the left. There was a man in motion and a low snap. Sissom grabs it, steps back, and fires deep down the right hash mark, but over the head of his intended receiver, Robert Sims. And Sims is always a good last name for Travis Tigers wide receivers.
Yes, we've had that name ring through here a few times now, or a few years, and he just missed him. He was open, and Sissom had to get rid of it. He was under duress there, and a little bit off target, but he was pretty close to connecting on that one.
I remember in the 2014 season, there was a game between Kempner and Travis, and Steven Sims caught several touchdown passes. Now it is time to punt. The punt is up in the air, but it's going to be rather short. It's the punt of Leo Esteban, and it'll be pretty decent field position at the 32 of Foster, and we'll see their offense for the first time.
Yeah.
And on that night back in 2014 when it was Travis against Kempner, if Kempner's defense had stopped Travis even one time, they would have won the game. But I think all 7 or all 8 possessions, whatever it was for the Tigers All of them ended in touchdowns. No field goals, just touchdowns. And I know a certain offensive lineman for Kempner who was very upset. Fayard is the quarterback for Travis, for Foster, and he throws it out into the right flat on the first play and gets a pickup of about 6 yards. It is J.T. Fayard who delivered to Dylan Aponi. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. The ball on the right hash mark, and Foster moving from right to left. They're 1-0 on the season, and a running play, a little slant off the left side, and it goes nowhere. The Travis defense was waiting.
The red and gray were all over that play.
And namely Jeremy Ogene. And I hope I'm saying his last name is spelled O-G-E-N-E. It might be Ogene, it might be Ogene. Fayard throws on the left flat this time, and I think he's got the first down as he delivered again to Dylan Aponi.
Wow.
And Aponi kind of jumped backward, gave a little bit of ground, but I think he still made it. Yes, he did. They marked it at the 42.
For a second there, it looked like he was going to draw himself away from the first down.
By the way, First Tyrant Auto is where you should think for your car's needs. And there's a throw deep over the middle on the post.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a remarkable catch, tipped by Travis and into the hand of Kendall Stewart, who caught it while falling down on his back. What a great play, and kind of fortuitous for Foster, and they advance all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you how fortuitous that was in just a second.
It was a 46-yard run, and now pass play, and now a long run for Foster. I don't know how many times I'm going to make that mistake. Foster moving up the middle as they handed it off to Ashton Ojiaku. And he has a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. And they give it to Ojiaku again up the middle, and he hammers from the 9 down to the 5. 2nd down and goal from right there on the tackle for Travis, number 44, Keith Pyatt.
So on that long pass play, number 1, they were Foster was lucky that wasn't intercepted because it really could have been. It looked like it was going to be. And then the deflection, they were lucky that it fell right into his lap as he was on the ground.
There were 2 Tigers down there, and one of them touched it. Ojiaku going on the right side, looking for the pylon. He's hit and comes up short. 2-yard line is where they get him down. And nice pursuit. Nicholas Lara of your Travis Tigers stringing it out, and he didn't let Ojiaku get the right angle. And now we've got 3rd down and goal at the 2. Actually, the stick looks like it's at the 2, but the ball is on the 1. Give to Ojiaku, runs to the right, slips a tackle in the backfield, and goes on in for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard score for the Foster Falcons, and they get on top of your Travis Tigers 6-0 with 5:45 to go in quarter number 1.
Looked like Ogene was going to make the tackle in the backfield, but he just couldn't quite grab the jersey, and the runner was able to scamper into the end zone on a short run after almost being tackled in the backfield.
Nick Lopez on to add the extra point kick. We're under cloudy skies at Mercer Stadium. Good snap and hold, and the kick has excellent trajectory, and it's between the uprights to make it 7-0. Foster on top. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County High School sports.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com. Extra internet customers only. 4 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Nick Lopez kicks off for Foster, and here comes the kickoff return by Travis. Across the 20, 25, near the 30, far by Jaden McCoy. And the Tigers will try to get things going.
They moved the ball fairly well on their first drive, and they stalled their, what, at about the want to get multiple scores behind, you know?
Absolutely not. Travis is their calling card over the years has been a pretty prolific offense, but of course, yes, you're right. You don't want to get down by a couple of scores. Sissom rolls to his right, throws near sideline, but beyond the reach of his intended receiver. That's Nifemi Rufai. And I don't know if you remember this game or not, Patrick. I'm trying to remember, maybe it was the 2019 or the 2020 season. Travis played Foster, and they played till halftime, but then there was a weather situation, and that was that.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Travis took a defeat, I think, 7-0 on that day.
Yeah, they played half a game, and for Foster, they were able to get the win in a half a game, and Tigers had to take the loss in a half a game, so it's kind of bittersweet there.
On that last play, Travis ran the ball straight ahead, and we need to remind you every once in a while that we don't have crowd noise. We don't have that capability when we try to protect our equipment from the weather, and therefore you're not hearing anybody cheer. Sissom drops back, throws over the middle, got his man, post pattern complete near midfield, and that is a first down as he delivers a strike to Cooper Atkins. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
That was a nice catch by Atkins there. He was in traffic. He was able to corral it and take a pretty good hit. Got the ball to midfield.
That's when your coach says you're going to get hit anyway. You might as well catch it, and he certainly did. But they give it to Lang on 1st and 10 from the 50, and he is dropped for a loss of 2 yards. And for the second time in the game, a tackle for loss by Christopher White of the Foster Falcons.
And the Tigers can ill afford to continue this type of running game. It's going to come back to haunt them here in the long run. See if they can overcome it here.
Empty backfield. Sissom takes the spread formation snap, and it's a check down. Throws to Lang on the right side, and he tried to run before he had the ball secured, and it went through his hands. Jaden Payne arriving on defense just in case it was necessary to make a tackle.
I think that's part of the reason why he dropped it. I think he heard the footsteps of Mr. Payne coming in hard, and he took his eye off the ball.
3rd down and 12. Travis behind the sticks like they prefer not to be. Quick release by Sissom, but the ball is batted down at the line. And I think that was number 36 for Foster, Addison Ojiaku.
It was either that or it was either him or Godfrey. I saw 42 in there as well. Good job of coming in there and getting the hands up. And once again, the drive stalls. And how often do you see a drive stall because of a loss of yardage, either with penalty or a lost yardage on a play, and they just can't overcome it?
Esteban on to punt for the second time, gets it away under a heavy rush, and the ball is muffed, and it's recovered by the Tigers. They have it at the 31-yard line. Rushing up, trying to make a play on a ball that was sinking fast was Braden Smith, and he just had to really dive like an outfielder. It's kind of like, all right, if you're an outfielder, this is going to be a triple, maybe, at least a double if I don't get it, and he had to make that commitment. So Travis gets a break. They have it at the 31. Sissom rolls to his left, set, rushing up and making sure it wasn't complete. Anthony Mosley of Foster.
That was definitely Mosley on that play, and they kind of let the rush come through. It looked like it was going to be a screen to the left, and Mosley was able to get the paws up, and that's the second pass.
They haven't been able to really consistently sustain those offensive gains. Stepping up as Sissom stops short of the line of scrimmage. Throws across the middle. Incomplete off the hands of Robert Sims. He was open, and it wasn't an easy catch to make, but he certainly should have had it.
Looks like he should have had it. I think Sissom put it right there. Maybe just a touch too far, but boy, if you get both hands on it, my dad used to say, if you touch it, you should catch it. That's what my dad used to say. But that could be a bit of an exaggeration.
Yes, I think so. If you can just, for all you're worth, you can just get your middle fingertip on it, then maybe not.
He had more than that on that
There
one.
goes Sissom scrambling, trying to get out of the backfield, and I think he does for a 1-yard gain, but that's it. And he got hit hard. That was Demetrius Godfrey. We've called his name a couple of times already, and it's 4th and 10. Travis, in its recent history, has often had a really prolific kicker, but they're just going to go for it on 4th down and 10.
It'd be a long field goal if they went for the field goal.
Sissom trying to draw Foster offside. The Falcons do jump, but then they move back, continuing with the long count. Play clock is at 10. Looks over at the sideline. Sissom fakes a handoff, stands strong, throws over the middle. His receiver falls down, and a flag comes in. It's going to be a pass interference penalty against Foster, and it will bail out Travis. Cooper Atkins was the intended receiver near the 15-yard line, and it is defensive pass interference.
Well, he definitely went down, Roger. It was hard to tell whether he was actually pushed, but, the defender was right behind him, and had he not been knocked down or fallen down, he would have certainly made a big play out of that. Another break for the Tigers. Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Yeah, between the muffed punt
Yep.
and the timely penalty, then I think they might be able to make the most of this red zone trip, as the new line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line.
I think we have a few Foster people to our right, Roger, who did not like that call.
I'm sure. They are in employ of Lamar Consolidated ISD. Now a long rainbow pass to the right corner, and the pass is over the head of the intended receiver, Robert Sims.
I don't know what happened to Sims there. If he stopped his route or I'm not sure what happened, but he was hesitant at about the 5-yard line, and the ball sailed toward the back of the end zone, and he wasn't in the vicinity.
Drew Sissom, who wears number 1 on his jersey, looking at a 2nd down and 10. Drops back to pass. Looking to the far sideline. He throws a pass that's low and away, and a ball, not a strike. And incomplete as he tried just a little outside, intended for Cooper Atkins.
He did his best to get on underneath that, but he just couldn't quite scoop it in there. And here we are at 3rd and 10 again, and the Tigers have had that familiar position here in this first quarter.
And I'll have a baseball reference momentarily if this is not a big consequential play. Fake handoff, quick slant, got the completion inside the 10, short of the first down by maybe a yard. Was that Sims again? No, I believe
0.
that instead it was Brent Johnson.
Number 8, yeah.
Yeah,
it's number 8.
It's 4th and 2, and they're going for it. They're not kicking any stinking field goal. They're going to go for it. Sissom draws him offside. Free play, throws, fade route, jump ball, incomplete. But this is going to be a penalty for offsides against Foster, and it'll move Travis a little bit closer. In fact, I think a penalty would give them, if half the distance is the penalty, then it'll give them a first down.
Will it be half the distance, or will it be just regular? It's at the 8-yard line. Don't you just march off 5 yards here?
Well, if 5 yards is more than half the distance, I think they just go with half the distance.
Well, it's 8. If it was at the 4-yard line, it would be half the distance. But being that it was at the 8, they give them the full 5 yards. So they got another first down, Roger.
Well, the stick was at the 5. In any case, it is 1st and goal, and the ball is at the 4-yard line. Sissom trying to draw him off again, fakes a handoff, throws a fade route, but nobody there. His receiver cut in.
Yep.
And he threw it toward the corner pylon.
Yeah,
by the way, the baseball thing I was going to say is that one of the football assistants is Rick Grimm, and his wife, Karen Grimm, is the assistant to Sarah LaBerge, the Travis principal. So that's very helpful to me.
Well, be darned.
For the baseball coach's wife to be in the office of the principal, it helps us notify people from Travis when we're broadcasting baseball games. 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Sissom fakes the handoff. Runs over the left side. Bounces off a tackler and goes in to score. In fact, he bounced off a couple of tacklers. There are a couple of them who are very disappointed. One of them, Coleman Biggs, and the other is Ahmad Alchikali. And so these Travis Tigers can tie it up with an extra point kick.
Well, they're the beneficiary of some mistakes from the Falcons, but you got to take advantage of them, and they did.
Randy Elizondo to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Brett Garcia. It's up and it's good. We're tied with 1:31 to go in the first quarter. From the silent, sealed broadcast booth above Mercer Stadium, we're dodging raindrops, or maybe we will be a little bit later. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick, and we've got a tie game. Isn't this refreshing? It's close.
It's definitely nice.
All right, we'll be back.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Leo Esteban's kick goes to about the 15-yard line, and Patrick, was that Coleman Biggs on the kickoff return, number 11? I think it was.
I thought it was 10.
Okay,
maybe
10.
it was
I think
11.
you're right. I think it's Dylan Aponi, who has already caught a couple of passes
and
for
I want
the Falcons.
Compliment the tackler there. Colby Dittler did his job, and he didn't come away with the complete tackle, but he slowed him down enough for his teammates to clean it up.
7-7 with 1:22 to go in the first quarter. And Fayard drops back, stands strong, throws far sideline to an open receiver, and it looks like a pickup of 10 yards as he delivers it to Kendall Stewart, who kind of sat on a tackler and rolled over him and got 10 yards.
I thought maybe he'd keep running there the way it's been going these last couple of nights. Guys haven't been completely down.
Well, I said 10. It was actually 9.5, so it's second and a scant yard. And Travis comes up with a tackle for loss back to the 26-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5. And so it became really critical that Travis was able to stop the receiver short on that first down play. And the tackle right there by Travis's Keith Pyatt, they give forward progress there. So it's 3rd and 3. So it wasn't a 5-yard loss. And now a direct snap to the running back, and were you even sure that was on purpose, Patrick?
Well, I think
there's a whistle, and they stop the play.
Yeah, I think it's offside. Travis here.
Yeah, they were just trying to bait the Tigers across the line, and they did.
Yep, the nose tackle made contact there, and unfortunately for the Tigers, a free first down for the Falcons.
New line of scrimmage after that penalty walk-off of 5 yards is the 34. Fayard waiting for the snap, drops back, stands strong, fire sideline again. Easy pickings and a 7-yard completion as he delivers to Kendall Stewart. Wrestled out of bounds over there by Travis DB Jalen Perry. And it's second down and a short 3.
Yeah, he's just stepping back. His receiver is going 6-7 yards, sitting down and a little down and out. Pretty easy.
Fayard throws to the left and gets another completion, but this is a very short one. Immediately, Dylan Aponi is tackled. And by the way,
that was McCoy on the tackle.
Yes, it was. And I noticed that the PA announcer is calling the guy that I've been calling Pyatt. He's calling him something else. So we'll try to find out which one is the correct pronunciation. In the meantime, the quarter has ended. 7-7. Foster and Travis on VypeFortBend.com. We're bringing you the game with no crowd noise. Not by choice. But we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
On the first play of the second quarter, Jalen Austin makes a catch for the Foster Falcons, and they advance the ball to a first down at the 40-yard line of Travis. Fayard drops back. They protect him well, throws to the far sideline, and he's got another completion to Jalen Austin. He's belted after a gain of 8 yards, a couple of yards short of the first down, and the tackle made by Temi Osenaike. You know, it seems like the Travis DBs are kind of, as soon as they get into a back pedal, the receiver turns back for the ball.
Yeah,
and another short completion. Jalen Austin near the sideline picks up 6 yards and a first down at the 26. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Foster's taking advantage of what Travis is giving them, and they're just moving the ball down the field methodically.
And now they're playing pretty fast, and they get a man outside. There goes a running play all the way inside the 10 and down near the 6-yard line. Very quickly, Ashton Ojiaku shifted into a high gear, but in his wake, there's a penalty flag down, and this fine running play off the right side for Foster is likely to come back.
Well, maybe the hold was the reason why he got to the outside. We heard some grunting and groaning again on the in the booth to the right. Not liking the call, but Travis is going to take that. It's going to be first down and 20. See if they can stop him now here, as Foster has moved the ball fairly well in their first 2 possessions.
We are bringing a few Foster broadcasts into our schedule on VypeFortBend.com. Those of you who know about our operation know that we have football games every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday throughout the football season. Sometimes 2 games on Saturday. And in addition to that, we have Tuesday night volleyball. So I know that the second time that Foster and Fulshire play each other in volleyball, it's probably going to be for the district championship. We'll certainly have that. All right, so after the penalty, it is 1st and 10 for Foster, but they're all the way back to the Travis 36. See if the Tigers can take advantage of this situation. First down and 20, and a throw over the middle, and it's incomplete, and the Foster coach is wanting a flag. I think they should have gotten one, but it falls harmlessly incomplete, intended for Dylan Aponi, whose helmet came off, and so he has to leave the field for a play.
His defender was on his back there. They're both kind of diving for the ball. Looked like there might have been some laundry on that play, but they did not throw it.
Second down and 20. Fayard throws far sideline and gets a nice gain down to the 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 11.
On the last 2 plays, the Travis Tigers have sent a blitz, and I think they're trying to get Fayard to be a little less comfortable. He's been really just very casually making a lot of good passes here. The down marker says second down, but I believe it's third down.
It is third down, and I'd say it's 9 instead of 8. Fayard's going to throw it. Everybody's standing still. The pass is intercepted, but clearly whistles blew, whistles that we can't hear behind this very well-constructed, thick glass window that does not open.
Travis has called a timeout, Roger.
All right. Well, we'll take it with them. 10:20 to go before halftime, and it's 7-7, and a big down coming up. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Foster when we return.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Be with us at halftime. We've got Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. He's the managing editor, and we also have Andy Pettit in one of the great halftime interview extravaganzas of all time. And also we're going to learn a lot about Tunnel to Towers, that great organization that supports fallen first responders and law enforcement officers and also military families who either lose a loved one or maybe that loved one is disabled, and they provide them with mortgage-free homes and much better situations when they have, given up limbs and other parts of their body in defense of this great country. 3rd down and 9, and the players have been assembled there for a while, and we'll see what Foster dials up. Travis had called the timeout. Fayard clapping his hands together, drops straight back, sets up a screen, flips it out there. It's going to be a decent gain. No, it isn't. His running back caught it, and Ashton Ojiaku slipped as he was trying to make a cut. And now it's decision time for the Falcons. They have a 4th and 5 at the 21 of Travis.
Well, Foster, I think, made the right call on that because they've noticed that the Tigers have been blitzing, and sure enough, they came blitzing again. And they threw a little screen to the left away from the blitz. 4th and 5.
Fayard dropping back, looks to his right, fires quickly, and a catch is made at the 13-yard line, and that will be a 1st down for the Foster Falcons. Great catch by Kendall Stewart as he was leaping up, and the defender was right there, close enough to be doing a slow dance with him. An accurate pass, and Fayard trusted his receiver to go up and get it.
And that time, Travis did not blitz. So, little cat and mouse here. See if the Tigers can stiffen up here.
J.T. Fayard throws to the left. He gets his man, but that man is hit quickly. He delivered into the hands of Dylan Aponi, and coming up to make a quick tackle, Temi Osanaike, making sure it didn't go any farther than 4 yards. 2nd and 6
he looked
from
like
the 10-yard line.
He had an eyelash from maybe making that interception, too. He came in there right at the reception to make the tackle. He's just a step short on possibly intercepting that.
Fayard looking very sharp, pretty accurate with all of his throws. Clock ticking with 8:40 to go, and he hands it off going to the left. And it's a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards, and that was an amazing effort by Ojiaku to get as much as he possibly could out of the play. His 2nd and 3rd effort gets him close to the stick they need for the 1st down, but it's 3rd and a long 2 to go. This could be a huge play right here with 8:29 to go in the 1st half. By the way, tomorrow night we'll have Willow Ridge and Friendswood and hopefully crowd noise. Fayard rolling to his right, pulling it down, throws late, goal line, touchdown. Delivers a strike just inside the pylon to Dylan Aponi.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Fayard. He rolled, it looked like he might run, and his the defenders had to honor that, and as soon as they stepped up, he made the pass, and a nice catch by Aponi in the end zone.
By the way, I think I'm going to go next door and ask these Foster coaches if we're saying his last name right.
Which one?
Aponi.
Yeah.
It could be something else.
Yeah, it could be.
And the extra point kick by Nick is up, and it's good. Nicholas Lopez delivers, and that makes it 14-7. Foster on top of Travis. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
All right, so I stepped into the neighboring booth here in the press box at Mercer Stadium, and I have been enlightened. So it is Dylan Apney. Dylan Apney just caught the touchdown pass to put Foster ahead, and now there is the kickoff. Comes down at about the 14-yard line. And potential for a good return across the 30, 35, 40, near sideline, cutting back near midfield. And guess who made the tackle? It was Nicholas Lopez as he brought down Jaden McCoy. And so Travis is getting some things that are happening for them. They've recovered a muffed punt.
Now we got you're right.
Wait a minute.
Now we have a penalty marker.
Yeah, well, this good kickoff return is probably going to be wiped out.
But you're right. They've had some breaks here. Unfortunately, that great return was going to come back from the 50. Looks like they're going to march it, to the 23-yard line?
Man, well, are they done walking it off? Okay, I guess they are.
I was going to say, I hope they're done. 23-yard line where they'll start.
Basically a 27-yard penalty. That hurts.
Yeah.
So Travis, in this case, Foster gets a break with the holding on the kickoff return. Falcons defending a 14-7 lead. Sissom sends a man in motion, takes the snap, drops back, steps up, deep post over the middle, incomplete, and he overshot his intended receiver, but not by a lot. Brent Johnson was well covered there. Foster has some good speed in the secondary. Braden Smith was there to make sure that the pass would have been defended if it had been right on target. Travis not wasting any time. They don't huddle. Sissom wiping the red towel in his waistband, getting those hands dry. Hands it off on a draw play, and it's a gain of 2, but that would be all. As it's Ty McGuire. No, it isn't. Sorry about that. It's not Ty McGuire.
21.
It's Lang.
Lang again. Yeah, he's not finding a whole lot of room in there. 2-yard pickup there. It'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Tigers. Need a big play here.
In our countdown to kickoff show, Coach Sissom said that last week they just could not get the running game going, and they really haven't gotten it going so far tonight. Quick slant pass, and I think they got themselves a first down. Nifemi Rufai just kind of settling down there in front of defenders and gets just enough yardage. It's a first down at the 34. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Up the middle goes Lang, and Lang is getting to know the Foster defensive line very well, but I don't know that he really wants to spend too much time with them tonight.
No. One thing I've noticed, though, is it seems like it's the same play. They just hand it off, and he's running right up the middle. They might want to try off tackle or some kind of a sweep or something.
Under 7 minutes to go in the first half, and there's a quick swing pass, a little hitch screen. Doesn't go very far. A completion to Brent Johnson. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 5. 5-yard pickup on that one. Make it 4. 3rd down and 6.
You could see the Travis offense, if they could get some running game going, they'd be tough to stop. Their passing game looks pretty good right now, knock on wood.
Dropping back is Sissom. Rolling to his right, looking way down the field and throwing one of medium length, and it's a completion for a first down for the Tigers. A 14-yard hookup, and he delivered that one to Brent Johnson.
I've been impressed with Sissom. He moves well. He moves well within the pocket, and he throws the ball well on the move.
Sissom steps up, dodges a tackler, gets across the line of scrimmage, and settles for a 3-yard gain on the scramble. Sent some receivers deep and was able to recognize that You better not force it. Just get what you can.
And
by the way, Foster fans, the final week of the season, I think I've already decided. And by the way, is there a penalty against Travis?
Yeah, holding against the Tigers.
Well,
that's going to be tough.
That
anyway,
is tough.
Foster fans need to hear what you've got to say.
All right. Final week of the season. Foster versus Fulshire. First time ever in a district game. This could be for the championship of their district, and we're going to carry it on VypeFortBend.com.
Exciting.
Sissom steps up. The blitz came, and he couldn't find anyone, and he's brought down. Connor Hanks comes running in, and unfortunately, Sissom is still on the ground. He's kind of rolling around. I'm
hoping it's just the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, I sure
don't
hope
know.
that's what it is. He's grasping for a knee. Oh, my goodness.
Hopefully that's I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on the tackle, but of course we can't see all of what's going on down there. Pile of guys, and of course if you're the quarterback, you're being tackled by guys who are much heavier than you. And what are they doing down there? They're checking them out. And Roger had speculated perhaps the knee.
Well, that's what he looked like he was reaching for, and it was kind of a twisting tackle. You know, sometimes a blitzer won't necessarily run full speed into a quarterback. He'll just grasp him and try to bring him down. And unfortunately, something has happened where young Drew Sissom is feeling some pain. It is 14-7 with 5:38 to go in the half. We'll step aside and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
All right, back to live action. They got Drew Sissom off the field, and he walked off and didn't look like he was in too much discomfort, so maybe he will return to the game. But in the meantime, it's the backup quarterback, Brett Garcia, who is in there, and it looks like he will now run a second consecutive play.
Well, Sissom has got his helmet on, and he was running on the sidelines, so he'll be back. Just a matter of when.
All right, Garcia takes a snap, looks to the right, and throws low. Incomplete. He intended to get the ball to his receiver, Dwayne Chappell.
Yeah.
Or maybe he pronounces his last name like the comedian Dave Chappelle.
Right. Yes, it's always hard to know. That pass was kind of at his shoelaces. He just kind of underthrew him, and 4th down and long yardage, 19 yards for Travis. The punting team is back on.
In Brett Garcia's defense, he didn't really have time to warm up.
Absolutely. Emergency situation, and
the punt is away. Foster making a bid to block it and came pretty close. And the ball touched a Travis Tiger, and I think they're going to have to down it closer to the 25-yard line. In fact, you see the official threw down a beanbag at the 26. The ball bounced up and hit a Tiger and then kept on rolling well inside the 20. But the official was sharp-eyed, doing the right thing.
It's too bad that it did touch the Tiger defender there, because they would have had him inside the 15 had that not happened. But the Foster Falcons take it 1st and 10 on their own 26. They have a 7-point lead as we near the halftime mark.
And speaking of halftime, be with us. We're going to bring you Andy Pettit and Greg Tepper. I think you'll enjoy the visits with those two gentlemen. And you know what, Patrick, you'd be surprised the grief that Greg Tepper gets every week. Fayard, play action pass. Pass is broken up and it falls incomplete, very nearly an interception by Jaden McCoy, who kind of jumped the route.
He sure did. He was within an eyelash of an interception there, and then there was a little bit of contact at the point of where he was catching it, or trying to catch it. 2nd down and 10, Falcons.
26-yard line. Fayard takes the snap. They've been protecting him well all night. Flush to the right a little bit, but finds the right man. Rolls to his right, looks along the sideline, and at the 33-yard line delivers a strike to Kendall Stewart. And that's a pickup of 6 yards. It's 3rd down and 4.
J.P. Gonda was chasing him down there, but he couldn't quite get the quarterback, and he was able to get a 7-yard gain on that.
82 degrees at kickoff time here at Mercer Stadium. Still a lot of cloud cover up there. Fayard changing the play perhaps with 4:35 to go. Drops back, stands strong, throws it far down the left hash mark, and in stride, catch made, inside the 20 and still going. It'll be a touchdown. Coleman Biggs takes it 67 yards, and it's a 2-touchdown lead for the Foster Falcons.
What a pass and what a move. It looked like he was, I don't know exactly what he did there on the sideline, but he kind of did a little hesitation move, and he kind of made the defender kind of went for him, and then he just took off, and he was gone for the last 20 yards or so. And
maybe they gave him the limp leg.
It was something like
heard
that.
Sure, expression.
The defender took the bait, and the receiver was in the end zone.
And the crowd are going wild. Unfortunately, you can't hear them because we are limited in what we can do sound-wise tonight, but we can tell you that it's Foster 21 and Travis 7 with 4:22 to go before the half. We'll be back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Equitable Advisors. Financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. They work with people as individuals at Equitable Advisors. That's how they deliver on their mission, just like my friend Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor financial professional or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick Arevalo can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. But Nick doesn't work in New York, just in case you were wondering.
Thought maybe you had some contacts in New York City, Roger.
Not quite. Nick Lopez kicks off, and Travis kind of did Foster a favor. The return man was streaking toward the sideline. He really didn't necessarily need to catch the ball, but Jaden McCoy went out of bounds at the 13. And now this is strange, Patrick. They're moving the ball to the 25 as if it went out of bounds.
Maybe he called for a fair catch.
Okay, yeah, good point. He called a fair catch. And that was actually a very smart play by young Jaden McCoy.
Yeah, he must have done.
So I take back what I said, Jaden. Very, very sorry. You are the real McCoy. Garcia back in there at quarterback, takes the snap, throws it to a running back coming out of the backfield on the left side, and a couple of nice moves there for a positive gain. Carmelo Ratliff. You know, didn't Travis have a running back named Ratliff a few years ago?
Well, I don't know about a few years ago, but Ratliff did play last year as a freshman. He got a few carries, so he's out there again as a sophomore, and that was a nice play there to pick up about 5 yards on that play, and it's a good play for Garcia to kind of get him in the ball game here, warmed up.
All right, there goes a man in motion, and now a handoff up the middle, and not much there this time for Ratliff. They tried to sneak him up the middle, but, there was someone there to say, I don't think so, and that was Ahmad Al-Chikali.
Al-Chikali was right there. And
by golly, Al-Chikali got him again.
It sure looked like Ratliff was going to get something there, and then the defender was saying no go on that one.
No can do. Garcia trying to draw them off as the clock ticks down near 3 minutes. 3rd down and 7 for Travis. Now he looks over at the bench. 8 on the play clock. Now we're under 3 minutes to go. Travis trailing 21-7, late first half. And Garcia throws quickly to the near sideline or toward the near sideline and out of bounds at the 31, but that won't be enough for the first down as he delivered it to Brent Johnson. And it's 4th and 4. They wouldn't go for it from there, would they, Patrick?
Well, they're lining up as if they're going to. Maybe they're going to try to draw them off. You're right. It seemed like they would not want to do that, down 21-7. They got their arms extended as if to say, what are we doing here? As Garcia tries to figure out what the coaching staff wants, and I think they're going to let the clock run down, and maybe they'll call a timeout here. Yep, timeout.
All right, sure enough, that is what they did. 2:48 to go before halftime, and Travis will talk it over. They've got a 4th and 4 in their own end and trailing by 2 touchdowns. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going.
Sorry about that. I made the mistake of trying to play 2 commercials at once, and we will make good on that spot for our good friends at the Needville Insurance Agency. Now a punt for Travis. They did decide to punt the ball away, and they get pretty good coverage down to about the 30-yard line, as it was Leo Esteban punting it away, and a Foster player just trying to make sure that his team didn't become the victim of one of those punts that hits and then rolls and rolls and rolls, and that smart young player was Braden Smith. No relation to me, as far as I know.
But he also muffed it. He came up on it, and then the ball slipped through his hands. So he's able to get on it barely as the Travis Tigers were trying to get the second muff punt of the night.
Yeah, and Patrick, I have to confess, I kind of looked away. I was communicating with someone because I was wanting to deliver some score information.
That's why we're both up here, so we can both keep an eye out here.
All right, so will Foster try and get another score before the half? They've got 2:38 to go. Fayard almost dropped the snap, hands it off, and it's going to be a big play. 40-45 near midfield and out of bounds in Travis Tiger territory. Shifting into high gear was Ashton Ojaku, and so that gets him out of bounds. They don't have to spend a timeout, and by the way, they have 3 of them left according to the scoreboard.
Well, he ran right past a couple of the Travis tacklers. Looked like they were going to make a play in the backfield, and then once he got past them, it was Daylight City.
From the 47 of Travis with plenty of time, and again, if the scoreboard is right, 3 timeouts, empty backfield. Fayard throwing it deep on the post. He's got a man. He's got a touchdown. Wide open on the skinny post is Kendall Stewart. And were there flags? Yes, there are. This might come back. There's a flag right at the line of scrimmage.
And I want to say, Roger, I saw it, and I wondered if they were going to call it.
Okay, well.
It was Ajaku. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
He was in motion, and he was definitely coming toward the line of scrimmage. He was sort of nonchalant about it, And I thought, man, he's going toward the line of scrimmage. I wonder if they'll call that, and sure enough, they did. Yeah, he was still moving. And the Travis Tigers looked like we were going to possibly deflect that pass, and the defender kind of slowed up at the end. And the ball was in the midst of the receiver, Stewart. But unfortunately for the Falcons, they had to call it back. A break for the Tigers.
All right, so Travis does get a break, but Foster is still in good shape because it's 1st down and 15. They're at their own 48. Fayard goes low to receive the snap, and he throws out to the left a little swing pass, and it goes absolutely nowhere. He tries to get it to Dylan Apney and does, but very quickly Travis gets a tackle for loss by Jaden McCoy.
There's been a couple of times where the defenders for the Tigers have been right there as if they could possibly pick it off, but at least they're making the tackle in the open field. They're doing a good job.
And by the way, somehow they gave Apney the line of scrimmage. I didn't think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, here we go.
Fayard rolling to his right for the first time tonight. Can't find anyone, and he is sacked. Darrell By, the junior linebacker, crashes in, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 23. So maybe Travis has quelled this little attempt at a rally.
We sure, for their sake, we hope they do. It's 1:19 to play here in the half, and Foster might be, they're taking their time here. They might just let the clock wind down and possibly take a timeout, discuss this. There's no way they're going to get this play off. They're going to call timeout. And there it is.
And there it is. Okay, we'll take a quick break. 1 minute left in the half. 21-7 Foster. What'll the Falcons do with 3rd down and 23? We'll be back.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
We're back inside Mercer Stadium. We're in the silent, soundproof broadcast booth, and we're bringing you a game where you only hear Patrick's and my voices, you hear the commercials, and you will hear a wonderful pair of interviews at halftime. Greg Tepper of High School Scoreboard Live and Dave Campbell's Texas Football. He may be the most influential writer of high school sports in Texas. And Andy Pettit. Now Fayard on 3rd and very long, throws it deep down the middle and just beyond the outstretched fingertips of Austin. Jalen Austin had a step on a couple of defenders. Way back there for Travis were Timmy Osinaiki and Jalen Perry. And it's going to be punt time, so Travis will get it back, and they'll have 40-something seconds left, more than likely, as they get the football.
And they'll have one timeout. Depending on where they're going to get this ball, might dictate what they do here.
Oh, guess what? Kendall Stewart is lined up to be the punter here. And it's a high snap. He takes it. He's going to run with it.
Oh, boy.
35-40, 45-50, still going, fighting for the stick, but he comes up short. Travis did respond in time to stop him 3 or maybe 4 yards short of the first down. So with 41.4 to go in this first half, Travis has it near their own 40, make it the 42, and they are moving right to left in this second quarter.
Well, I see Sism back in the ball game, so that tells me that they're probably going to go for it here. 41 seconds remaining in the half.
And that's good news no matter what they do. Sism does seem to want to throw. They protect him. He throws near sideline and just beyond the reach of his receiver. It was a magnificent play by a short player, Braden Smith, but he reached up there and flicked it away. It was right on target, really. I think Cooper Atkins was going to catch it.
He was. It was
for a
right
gain
there.
Inside the 40. But
it was right there. That deflection was the play.
Sissom on 2nd and 10. They protect him again. He steps up. Now the pocket collapses, and down he goes. Sissom has been taken down to the ground for the second time tonight.
You said it right. It collapsed. He stepped up, and it just collapsed. And we have a timeout by the Tigers, I believe.
Well, yes, we do, because I noticed the clock was stopped at 20.3 to go. We'll take a break and be back on VypeFortBend.com. We'll see if the Tigers can do something in these final 20 seconds to cut into that 21-7 lead.
And we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
We want to thank the folks at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for taking care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. We have football games on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, sometimes 2 on Saturday, and we always have Tuesday night volleyball. And, of course, we'll follow our Fort Bend teams as far as they go in the volleyball and football playoffs. And then we have boys and girls basketball, and then baseball and softball. And we shine the light on these great kids and what they do to make their community proud. Learn what it takes to work as a team. Sissom rolling to his right, looking way down the field and throws a little bit short, but on the target for a first down at the 46-yard line of Foster. They stopped the clock at 12.9 seconds to move the sticks as he delivered the ball to Nefemi Rufai. Now they quickly get over the ball. Under center is Sissom, and he spikes the ball. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 46 of Foster. And I think they got time for a Hail Mary.
I was going to say, do you think it's time for that, or do you want to do a short pass and then one more? But I don't know if they have time for 2.
Well, I don't think they have time for 2. They have 3 receivers bunched on the near side of the formation. Sissom takes the snap, drops back, rolls over to his right. Now he heaves it, and the ball is caught.
Cheapers!
But unfortunately, though it's a great gain down to the 16-yard line, a pickup of 30 yards. But as he makes the catch, that's Brent Johnson, time expires in the first half. This is VypeFortBend.com. We'll be back with Greg Tepper right after this on VypeFortBend.com. Did I say that twice? Yes, I did. 21-7, Foster on top of Travis.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations. Make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the Next Level Urgent Care Halftime Show. Glad you're with us on VypeFortBend.com. And we always want to make sure we give you a reason to stick around during halftime. And we know we have one for you now. It is Greg Tepper, the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine. And time really flies. You've been there a while. And now tell me basically your job description and what it's like.
Boy,
to be a part of that.
That's a loaded question. How much time you got? It's my job is really to just carry on the legacy of Dave Campbell. The late Dave Campbell, of course, passed away back in December. And I tell people all the time, I don't actually care if you like the magazine or you like what we do, as long as a 96-year-old man in Waco likes it. And that's kind of what we're about. Dave had an incredible idea to cover football holistically in the state of Texas, and that's something we really want to do. And so, a lot of what we've done has been to kind of expand beyond just the summer magazine. Of course, that's always going to be the backbone, the spine of what we do. But on TexasFootball.com, the coverage we've got there on social media, and then an enhanced video presence. We've got a daily live show on our website and a number of podcasts. We're trying to grow ourselves into a bit of a multimedia empire and kind of cover Texas high school football and college football across the state in a big way. But it all goes back to the values that Dave kind of instilled in us and what he wanted to do of inclusiveness and making sure everybody understands that their team matters because there's more than 1,400 high school teams in the state of Texas, and for somebody that's the most important team in the world, and we want to make sure we reflect that.
Well, you said you wanted to create the multimedia and go way beyond just that one annual issue that is the Bible of Texas football. You have succeeded, but I know there's always more work to do. And I have introduced you, and I haven't even mentioned the part that is the reason many people know you, appearing on the show High School Scoreboard Live. What a program that is. It's a show like no other. What's it like to be on that show week in and week out?
It's a real joy. This is I joined. I started doing work with Valley Sports Southwest in 2013, and then I joined the scoreboard team, I believe, in 2018 on a full-time basis. And what a joy it is to be a part of what is really an institution in Texas high school football. We hear all the time that's the thing that coaches go home and after the game they flip on High School Scoreboard Live and to work alongside the incredible team there at Valley Sports Southwest with Aaron Hardigan, and then of course the Craig Way, the icon, the voice of Texas, the man, the legend. I mean that's the thing. I'm very clearly second place analyst on that thing, and I'm fine with it. I'm happy to be in the shadow of Craig Way, and it's such a joy to work with people at Valley Sports Southwest that are truly passionate about high school football, and I think you see that at Vype as well. With, I've been around this game long enough that I think I can sniff out people who are in it for a paycheck. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm in favor of people getting paid to cover high school football, right? But at the same time, there's something you can identify when there's somebody who is really in it because they're passionate about it. And what I love about Valley Sports Southwest is everyone there is passionate about high school football. They're in it for the right reasons, and they cover it because they have that drive to cover it in a way that is that really sheds a good light on the sport too. So it's so much fun to be a part of High School Scoreboard Live and the incredible team there. I told you I'm the least important person at that network. I'm telling you, they've the incredible technical aspect that goes into it and all the highlights that come in from all around the state. It's a difficult job, but we put on the best show we can because Texas high school football fans deserve it, and they now demand it.
And I'll tell you what, you talked about the passion for it. There's no question your staff of reporters, they know their stuff. They care about every game from which they report. I know you got to be proud of that, and I know you were in the whole hiring process, there had to be a very, just a very thorough looking into who would be the best to represent Texas high school football.
That's exactly right. And that goes for both Valley Sports Southwest and at Dave Campbell's Texas Football is when we hire you, one of the things we're looking for is whether or not this is something you're really passionate about or whether or not this is a job. Because in a lot of ways, I think that people, especially who follow Texas high school football, they understand that it's important to them, so it needs to be important to you. And it's always been important to me. It's something that I'm super passionate about. And all the staff at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, whether it's Matt Stepp or Ishmael Johnson or Ashley Pickle or Mallory Hartley, we're all very passionate about high school football. And the same goes with all of our incredible reporters at Valley Sports Southwest with Austin Ivan and Sarah Merrifield and Paige Schnorbach, Katie Engelson. They know their stuff. They work hard. They are constantly texting me and asking me, hey, tell me a little bit about this team, because they want to do the best job representing that game that they're at. And it's a marvel to see. It's a big machine, but it all kind of goes towards what is putting Texas high school football in the spotlight.
We're going to come back and just ask Greg Tepper a couple more questions about how that passion manifests itself when you are one of the authorities about Texas high school football. It means so much to so many people. This is the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. We'll be right back.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome back to the second part of our visit with Greg Tepper. He is the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, and he also appears every week on High School Scoreboard Live. It's a show that I never miss it, although I must confess sometimes it's Saturday morning. I'll get in late, and I'll just have to watch it later. But you're a young man. Did you watch Seinfeld when it was in its heyday?
I caught it occasionally. It was, I'm not as young as I'd like to be, but yeah, I'm familiar with the program. Yeah.
Okay, so they would often drop little, maybe 45 seconds from his comedy act into the show, where it'll have some kind of indirect thing to go with the plot line. And he was talking about detergent, and he said, they're still working on Tide. At the molecular level, they're just kind of figuring out how can we get more dirt out of the clothing and stuff like that. And basically the point that I'm making is, when I was young and all there was film, and high school football got some coverage, but there was nothing like a network to do 6 hours of coverage on a Friday night. Can you make the show better? I'm talking about the 2 or 3 hour show that is High School Scoreboard Live. What can you do to make it better?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about our job is that there's 1,400 Texas high school, more than 1,400 Texas high school football teams, and all of them have a story to tell. And the terrible thing about our job is that there's 1,400 Texas high school football teams, and they've all got a story to tell. And so, how can we go out there and tell those stories in a way that that puts them in the spotlight? One of the things that I think is really important is to remember that as seriously as we take Texas high school football, there's still kids, stuff like that, and so you want to make sure you're shining a light on the positive part of it, and that's something that I know we really strive to do. It's just a matter of getting out there and getting in more places, getting out to those small towns, getting out to the I think a lot of people know the big stories, the Galena Park North Shores, the Cadies, they know the Atascocitas, but what do we know about the up and coming programs? So what do we know about a Tomball, right? What do we know about a program that is on the rise? Those are the types of stories that we can do a better job of telling, and so that's what we're always working on. There's no year at Dave Campbell's and there's no year at Bally that we go in with the same playbook. We always are evaluating what can we do better, how can we be more robust in our coverage, and bring it to people, because again, people demand it. Texas high school football is serious business in this state, and if you don't do it right, then you might as well not do it at all. So we're just trying to do it as best as we can.
We're almost to the end of our visit with Greg Tepper, and near the end of the show on High School Scoreboard Live, he wads up one of the script pages, which he has written on one side, "Be kind," with an exclamation point. And by the way, Greg, I've always wanted to send you an extra large Sharpie with a 3/4 inch tip, so we could read "Be kind" even better. But you wad it up and throw it toward the camera, and I know that because of the passion for Texas high school football, you get a lot of unpleasant blowback. And they probably get personal because they don't think they've given the team they love, that you have not given that team their due. And can you just give me an anecdote or two about some of the things that people have said? And I know that we have children listening, so you won't put in one of the meaner things.
It's part of the job. Part of the job is criticism, and especially hey, you guys are. I've been accused of sleeping on every team in the state. I'm not paying attention to them. I promise you, I am. And if you keep winning, the good thing is that what I love about Texas high school football is it sorts itself out. The playoffs are going to sort itself out, and at the end, you can call me a dummy if we got all the way to the end. But yeah, there's some name calling. There's some my Twitter mentions on a Friday night are particularly interesting, or a Saturday morning, things like that. But I'll tell you who the most sensitive people are often, especially when the magazine comes out.
I can't wait for this.
Are Texas high school football coaches, and they're Texas high school football coaches that we rank really highly. I will not reveal his name publicly, but it is the head coach of the number one team in 5A Division I this year. I saw him recently, the first time I'd seen him since the magazine came out.
Just a second, did they lose in the state semifinals?
No, they didn't. They lost in the quarterfinals last year.
So it's not Alito?
No, it rhymes with I don't want to give it away. It rhymes with Jongview. And anyway, so I saw the head coach there. Let's just call him Jay King. And I saw him, and he had some words for me that he was not particularly pleased with being ranked number one because it puts a target on him. I almost never hear from coaches who are upset of us picking them last in their district because it's bulletin board material. Mm-hmm. What I hear about a lot is when coaches are like, what are you doing ranking us number 3? There's no way we should be top 3. We need to be 33, stuff like that. So it's a fun part of the job. And the good thing is, like I said, it all sorts itself out. I've learned not to take it too personally. There's certainly times where it gets personal, but it's water off a duck's back at this point. I've heard it enough.
Well, thank you for everything you do. It really just enhances our enjoyment of the season, no doubt about it. And don't let it get you down when people are mean.
I've grown thicker skin now, so bring it on. Don't bring it on. Do not. I mean, that's not a challenge. Please don't do that. But I appreciate it.
All right. This has been the visit with Greg Tepper on our Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. We'll be right back.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Long Meadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. Glad to be bringing you football on Vype, FortBend.com, and also it's a great honor to talk to Andy Pettit, the longtime great pitcher for the Yankees, Astros, and then Yankees again. And it's great to talk to you today, Andy. How did you spend your summer?
Well, a lot of baseball. I coach my son at Second Baptist, our high school team there. I'm the pitching coach. I've been doing that since I've retired from the Yankees. And then kind of hooked up now with the organization, the 12 organization. It's a great organization here in Houston, and we've been with them for I think 4 or 5 years now. And in the summer, I've helped out and coached them with some of their teams, their second team that they have. Baseball's all I know, so I enjoy doing that. So really and truly, that's what we've been doing this summer, was just playing a lot of baseball, coaching a lot of baseball.
Well, I love baseball. I love football. I love talking about baseball during the halftime of a football game. And I know you were a great athlete at Deer Park. Did you play both football and baseball? And how close did you come, if you came close at all, to continuing in a football career?
So I did. I played football my freshman and sophomore year in high school. I like to tell everybody that I retired after my sophomore year. I was 5'6" and playing nose guard as a sophomore in high school. So just was getting beat up, and obviously had a passion for baseball and loved it. And so I did play football only on our sophomore team for 2 years, and then, like I said, retired and went straight baseball my junior year in high school.
Well, speaking of retiring from football, I'm going to tell you a quick story, and hopefully you may remember at least one of these names. I know you'll remember one. There was a time when there was this skinny little defensive back playing for Alvin in the 60s, playing football, but he was a pretty promising baseball player. His name was Nolan Ryan, and they were playing against Lamarck, and there was this fullback named Norm Bulash who went on to TCU and had a pretty decent NFL career. He ran over Nolan Ryan on the way to a touchdown. And that was the end of Nolan Ryan's football career. He said, baseball is the game for me.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. That's what happened for me. I think whenever I started getting double teamed by the center and the guard, I didn't want no part of being a nose guard anymore. So football, you got to be nasty mean to do that, big and strong. And at that time I wasn't, so it was like, man, I need to pick another sport here, and so my dad was a big man. He loved football growing up. My first love was football. I wanted to be a professional football player, I'd say, but then obviously when you start going through high school and you see all these other kids are really big and stuff, thank the Lord I grew between my sophomore and my junior year, but I feel like I made the right decision, that's for sure.
Now let's talk about your youngest child, Luke, he's in his senior year at Second Baptist, and what's the prognosis for his senior season and perhaps continuing to play the game beyond high school?
Yeah, so, Luke it'll be the same as this past season for him. He'll pitch for us and he'll hit. And he's been on varsity since he's been a freshman, so he's had a really good, career there at Second Baptist. And he's going to DBU to play baseball. And as for now, he's going as a two-way player, a pitcher and a hitter. So Luke does a good job. He swings the bat well, and he's a good little pitcher. He doesn't throw with quite the velocity that a lot of these other kids do, but he's really picked up on pitching and learning how to change speeds and pitch. He does a great job, and so we're excited to watch him move on to the next level and pitch, that's for sure.
I like to ask questions that are interesting to our listeners. Of course, I don't want to cross the line of being a little too personal, but I'm going to ask at least one more question when we come back and continue our visit with Andy Pettit on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. Right back in a moment.
Home, home, home. I was deployed to Afghanistan. I was on patrol March 26, 2010. During a dismounted patrol, I happened to step in the wrong spot and took a sniper round into the chest. My arm was gone, so I closed my eyes, thinking to myself, if I just keep breathing, I will make it home to my wife. The hardest thing in my life is to have to call and yell for my children to help pick me off the bathroom floor. Where do you go when home isn't home anymore?
There are over 1,000 families that need our help. Talented Towers is honoring those heroes that risk their lives by providing them with mortgage-free homes.
This home will allow me to be self-sufficient.
It'll help me live my life. It gives me back some of my dignity. Home,
Personal safety.
dignity, family, independence, confidence. It's the American dream, isn't it? Home.
I'd like to ask you to contribute $11 a month to support their efforts. Please visit TunnelToTowers.org.
We'll be back with more of our interview with Andy Pettit in a moment. It is 21-7 at halftime. Foster leading the Travis Tigers. Equitable Advisors, financial professionals know the path to a fulfilling future begins with getting to know who you are and what matters to you most. Over at Equitable Advisors, they work with people as individuals, and that's how they deliver on their mission, just like my friend Nick Arevalo, CFP. Talk to your local Equitable Advisor, financial professional, or visit nickarevalo.com. That's NICKAREVALO.com. Together, you and my friend Nick can plan a future that reflects all of who you are. That's Equitable Advisors, LLC, New York, New York, member FINRA, SIPC. We'll be back with more of our interview with Andy Pettit when we continue on the VypeFortBend.com Next Level Urgent Care halftime show. Don't go away.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
We're back with Andy Pettit as we continue here at halftime on VypeFortBend.com. And Andy, I don't want to ask you who you talked to on the phone, but I know there's a particular call. A lot of people who have watched you play during all of your baseball years and really would like to see you get that call from somewhere. I happen to be wearing an undershirt right now that my awesome father-in-law got for me, and he got it in Cooperstown. So I know that you may be one of those people that are on the bubble, the experts say, as to whether you might get to the Hall of Fame, but do you ever think about that, and what would it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I definitely think about it. I haven't really lately, but the first time I guess you're on the ballot, everybody wants to talk to you about that and stuff like that. And it would be a great honor. Obviously, I know that I'm a guy that's on the bubble for it. I had an unbelievable, blessed career. I was fortunate enough to play a long time and to stay healthy to do that. And so, really and truly, I just feel really blessed just to have been able to play as long as I have. It's not something that I'm really, holding on to, like this has got to happen for me. Look, I've loved the game. I worked as hard as I could to try to be the best I could. I have been unbelievably blessed. I had a chance to win 5 World Series and went to 8 World Series. And so you couldn't ask for much more than that. Loved my teams that I had, my teammates that I played with. And, my life is complete as far as my career goes. There's no things that are coming along that need to come along to make me feel like that, that would really just top it off. Obviously that'd be a great honor. A lot of great players that I've played with are in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but nothing that I'm expecting, that's for sure.
Well, I never really got to talk to you until today, but I would expect that to be your answer as someone who has counted his blessings and knows how good you have it, even if that never happens. But having said that, you don't really hold major league records, but you hold several Yankee records, and mainly they're the ones that are about perseverance, such as starts, and I guess how long you pitched in most of the postseason games in which you appeared. And if you were to make your case based on a few numbers-based facts, what would they be to say, I should be in Cooperstown? This is just a hypothetical.
Oh yeah, literally, I don't even want to throw hypotheticals out there. You just said it. I hold the record for starts as a Yankee. I got strikeouts record for the Yankees, and I think one of the biggest things. And again, it's I'm blessed to have done it because I've been playing on so many great teams in my career. I hold the all-time postseason win record, which I'm sure will be broken one day here soon by Justin Verlander or somebody else probably. Justin's come back and wants, I think, to pitch for another 5 or 6 years, he says, and so, I'm sure that'll be a record that gets chased down. But, those are a few of the records that I hold. But that's, for me, it's just like, my body of work is my body of work. And like I said, I feel like I was almost an overachiever with the stuff I had compared to people that I played in the minor leagues with, other big leaguers that are in the Hall of Fame that I saw pitch and stuff like that. The game was really, really hard for me. And my pickoff move helped me get through a lot of games, getting a lot of ground ball double plays, so it was not easy for me to go out and do what I did. Most of Hall of Famers go out, dominate the game, dominate seasons and stuff like that. And, I really never feel like I was really able to do that.
One more question. I know you won't mind because it's something that I'm very proud every time I hear about a certain organization, and I know you've been active with them. It's Tunnel to Towers. Yeah. They've done so much good for people who are first responders and active military members who have either suffered a devastating injury or if a family has lost someone. So I know you don't want to brag on yourself, but it's bragging on the organization. Tunnel to Towers and Frank Siller have been so wonderful. What do you want people to know about Tunnel to Towers who really aren't that familiar with it?
Just that you should look into what they're doing. They are an unbelievable organization. Frank is committed, to bless people, and I've told him, they've literally turned serious, like the biggest tragedies in people's lives into almost a triumph, and they're just committed to doing great things for like I've said in the commercials I did for them, for our true heroes, which I believe, is our first responders, our police, our firefighters. When everybody's running, they're away from horror, they're running to it and putting their lives on the line. And how could you not want to do great things for people like that?
And also, one more thing about Tunnel to Towers, they have the ultimate in integrity when it comes to a charity. They are so accountable for every penny that they raise and how they turn it around, and they don't spend a bunch of things on administrative costs and then give less than 50% of their donations to people who actually need it. They give as much, as close to 100% of it as you possibly could.
They're unbelievable. Like I said, Frank and the whole organization are committed to just getting it done. And I mean, when you talk to them, you ask them, how in the world are y'all doing this? He's like, we'll figure it out. You know, it's like, however, we're going to figure out one way or the other, we're going to figure out how to build these homes, how to pay for these homes, how to take care of these people. It's pretty incredible to see. And it's also pretty incredible to see how America has rallied behind that foundation and how they have supported that foundation. It is absolutely amazing.
So you didn't mind me asking you about that?
Not at all. I mean, anything we could do to help out our first responders and our military, our police departments, our firefighters, people that still are, things that are happening from 9/11. I know there's still people getting sick from 9/11 as far as, I think, asbestos and stuff like that was in the air, all the workers and stuff. So it was a great sacrifice and a great tragedy, but Frank and the foundation are doing amazing things.
Okay, so their website, I know it's T2T, the letter T, the numeral 2, and the letter T. Is it .org or .com? Do you remember?
I don't.
If you don't worry about it. Put in T2T.com. If it doesn't pop up, go to T2T.org and make a donation. It'll be worth it for sure. Thank you, Andy. This is awesome getting to visit with you.
You bet. Thank you.
We'll be back with more on the Next Level Urgent Care halftime show when we return.
Do you want to be a better volleyball player? And I mean the best you can be? The best place to learn is the Volleyball School on Franz Road in Katy and soon to be open in Aliana on West Belford. The Volleyball School helps kids all over Fort Bend raise their game to excel on their high school varsity and on the most competitive club teams. It takes hard work to make most of your talent, but you already know that. Just know that the Volleyball School makes it fun. Log into thevolleyballschool.com or call 832-736-3191.
Welcome back inside Mercer Stadium in Sugar Land, where at halftime Foster leads Travis 21-7, and the Tigers are going to kick off to begin this third quarter. Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick with you, and we have some scores to give you from Fort Bend teams in action this week, but a lot of them are kind of discouraging, Patrick. First of all, the Fort Bend Bush Broncos shut out 43-0 by the Magnolia West team, and that's a team that Foster is going to play in district play. Cy Woods beat Dulles last night 38-3. And it doesn't get much better. Kempner lost to Pasadena Memorial. We had that game for you. And we'll give you some other scores, but the third quarter kickoff is in the air, and Foster is going to bring it back. And the ball is dead at the 9-yard line. Going down to his knees was Jalen Austin to make the catch, so he's down right there. But the Foster offense has executed pretty well during this game, and I don't think being back near their own 10-yard line is going to be a problem for them.
Well, it hasn't been. It wasn't in the first half, but, you know, every little bit of advantage the Tigers could get, they'll certainly take. But they're going to have to show that they can stop them at some point here tonight. One thing that I noticed in the first half is the quarterback had a really good first half, Fayard, but if I was the defensive coordinator, I would want to strive to make him uncomfortable.
Yes, he was pretty uncomfortable. He had a time to unwrap a sandwich pretty much every time he went back and went back to pass.
Yep.
And he handed the ball off on the first play of this third quarter for Foster, and a short game for Ashton Ojaku, and he picks up 3.5. So it's second down, and with a 2-touchdown lead, Foster, I think, would be thrilled to have a long, time-consuming drive that ended in a touchdown. That might be more than Travis could overcome. But they put the ball in the air, and they get a first down throw on a slant to the left side.
And there's that comfort zone again. He just gets the snap. He's not pressured at all. Steps up into the throw, and the receivers have been open pretty much all night.
Yeah, and Falcons quarterback J.T. Fayard has been getting the ball out of his hand quickly. And, you know, even if you do put on a good pass rush, that's a problem. And now they hand it off again. There goes Ojaku, and he carries for almost another first down. That previous catch over the middle, I I think I neglected to tell you how long that play was when Jalen Austin caught the slant pass, but that was good for a first down. And then on the very next play, it's Ojaku carrying for 9. So there's a lot of things you can do as far as digging into your playbook on second and short, but they keep it on the ground. There goes Ojaku, gets 2 yards. That'll move the sticks. It's a first down. Think First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
With all we've been talking about, perhaps we should look to the offensive line. They have been very good tonight, and that's probably part of the reason why he's so comfortable back there in the pocket.
Those stalwart, silent sentinels known as offensive linemen. Plenty of time for Fayard over the middle, but his post-pattern pass is a little beyond the reach of Jalen Austin. Let me ask you, Patrick, do you believe in Murphy's Law?
Well, that's the what could go wrong will go wrong.
Yes, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and there's some will go wrong. I said long.
Well, I don't know if I, quote, believe in it, but I certainly have heard it, and seems like sometimes it does happen that way. What do you got for us?
Well, we're in here in this booth where people can't hear the crowd because we wanted to protect our equipment from the rain. There has been no rain.
Of course.
There you go. That's Murphy's Law.
That's Murphy's Law, yes.
And there's another quick pass to the sideline.
But some people would say that's, what do you mean it went wrong? There's no rain.
Well, what I'm saying is,
right? I know what you're saying.
Those who embrace Murphy's Law know that if we had gone out there and set up our table in the elements,
certainly
it would have rained.
Of course.
But we come inside to protect our gear, and it doesn't rain, and yet we don't have the usual good-sounding broadcast that we like to have. So that's Murphy's Law for you.
Well, the other thing is, we'll get back to that in just a moment.
Apney made a catch for 6 yards. Now it is Fayard throwing again, this time middle of the field, and the pass is caught by Foster. It should have been a Travis interception, and the ball ends up in the hands of the Foster receiver. It is Apney who catches the ball at the 27-yard line twice tonight, Patrick. Foster has thrown deep down the middle, and the ball has gone off of Travis' hands and resulted in a big gain for these Foster Falcons.
Jaden McCoy is going to be dreaming about that one. He had it in his mitts. He should have had it. And here's the next play.
Just inside the 30, Fayard hands it off again, running to the left on the slant, breaking tackles and getting 12 yards, and another first down is Ashton Ojaku. And that's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Give credit to the receivers for not giving up on the play, but maybe that's Murphy's Law. I mean, that is those two plays. You hardly see a play like that in a game. We've seen 2 of them tonight where the receiver has been literally on the ground and the ball just fell into his lap.
Fell into his gizzard, right into his belly. And up the middle they go, and then bounce to the outside, inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Ojaku. And that makes it 27-7, 8:35 to go in the third quarter. And the Foster, look at that student section over there.
Yep.
That
solid.
is great enthusiasm. It's like just a beehive of activity, and they are fired up about their team.
Well, they should be up by, going to be 21 here if they make the extra point.
Nick Lopez has been perfect on all of his points after touchdown attempts. And the snap gets away. Rolling to the right and throwing into the end zone, and the 2-pointer is good. It's a pass from Jackson Ledisky. He is the holder, and he got the ball to, was that Jalen Austin? No, it was 24 Cannon Kempworth. Cannon Kempworth catching the pass from the holder, Jackson Ledisky. And let's keep it right here, Patrick. Foster looking pretty good here. They're in Class 5A Division I, and the Fulshear Chargers, you know what the final score was last night as they took on Clements?
I don't know. Do I want to know?
No, but I got to tell you anyway.
Yeah, let's hear it.
77-18.
Holy Toledo.
And I believe in the first week, I think Fulshear scored more than 50, maybe even more than 60. So the Fulshear Chargers are red hot. Foster looking pretty good. Those two teams are going to play each other in the 11th week of the season, and I already know that's the game that we're going to do.
Well, I hope I'm with you on that one.
Crosby beat Marshall last night in Class 5A Division II. Crosby won in overtime. Katy Cinco Ranch lost to Klein Oak 40-35. Katy Taylor shut out George Ranch 16-0. Now we're ready for the kickoff from Nick Lopez. 29-7 after the we didn't mean to do it two-pointer. Jackson Ledisky throwing complete in the end zone. And a fair catch called for inside the 10, but the ball is muffed, so Travis has to run the ball back, and down they go at the 8-yard line. Oh, my goodness, the wheels are coming off. Jaden McCoy, he did the smart thing. You talked about it
right
in the first half where he had called a fair catch, enabling his team to get the ball at the 25 rather than,
running out of bounds.
Risk running out of bounds or whatever. So
I want to say, Roger, ever since you brought up that Murphy's Law thing, it's working against the Tigers right now. What can go wrong has been going wrong.
Okay, I don't think you can hear the official.
I think you get the ball where you muff it.
You cannot advance a ball when you have called fair catch, even if you drop it.
Right. So
and he tried to advance it, so he's penalized back to the 6. Oh, my goodness. Travis is now down by 22 points, and they're back to their own 6-yard line. And Drew Sissom has 2 running backs next to him, drops back, swings it out, got a completion, got across the 10-yard line and out to about the 13 as he delivers it to Nifemi Rufai. And a nice tackle to get him out of bounds, Christopher Gore. And here's another score from last night. Hightower defeated at Spring Westfield, 51-29 was the final score in that one. Ridgepoint is trailing Dickinson. That game's in the third quarter. Sissom rolls to the right, throws over the middle late, and makes the completion near the 30. Nice improvisation. Robert Sims makes the catch, and they spot him at the 29. They move the sticks. It's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive. For all your car care needs, check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Travis, in the midst, we hope, of a 94-yard scoring drive.
They need it bad.
And they hand it off, and this is going to be a short gain. They give it to Lang, and as it's been, not Lang's fault, but so many times in this game thus far, when they give him the ball, he's already meeting resistance in the backfield, and the tackle made there by Demetrius Godfrey.
There's not many running backs who can make positive yards when you're met right at the line of scrimmage each time, and he's having a hard time.
1-yard pickup, ball at the 30. Quick pass, but it's going to be a completion for a loss of about 4. Cooper Atkins made the catch, but just all over him like ugly on an ape, as one of my coaches used to say, was Jaden Payne.
Delivering some pain. He was all over that play as soon as it was caught. And what was that, about a 4-yard loss?
Of 4, so now it's 3rd and 13. And Drew Sissom is a senior, so he gets that 1 year where he is the varsity starter at quarterback after playing a lot of defense last year for the Tigers. Stands strong, heaves it down the field, and it's a beautiful catch at the 32-yard line. He finds his man, Brent Johnson. He dropped it in there perfectly. It looked like Eli Manning to, who was that guy that he threw along the sideline the second time they beat the Patriots in a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
You know the one I'm talking about.
You're testing me.
It was just that kind of pass, and it's a gain of, I'm sorry, I'm not able to get the exact yardage on it, but I believe it's at least a 45-yard catch. And out of bounds on the near side, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Sissom takes the snap, delay. Lang hitting the backfield. Loss of 2. Down he goes. And there was someone who grabbed him and was not going to let him go, and that was Chijoki Nwankwo. Did you know that?
Say that a couple times fast.
Well, not fast. I might hurt my tongue. Chijoki Nwankwo.
He was, again, Lang, there's just nowhere to go, and it's tough sledding in there. A 2-yard loss, and Coach Sism, as we said earlier in the first half, they just could not get the running game going last week, and same thing tonight.
We're just past the halfway point of the third quarter. Sissom rolling to the right, looking sideline, finds a man open, 35 and down to the 27 and bumped out of bounds. And he's been making a lot of connections with Nefemi Rufai, and that's a pickup of 5. Make it 6.
Any kind of a running game with the way they're passing would really produce some pretty good offense for Travis.
Okay, correction. Make it an 8-yard gain because they had lost 2 on the previous play. 3rd and 4. Sissom running away from trouble, throwing, and I think his arm might have been hit as he delivered it.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
And the ball came up short of his intended target, that being Cooper Atkins. And so what are we going to have here? They're going to go for it. They're too far away for a field goal, and they're too close to make it worth their time to punt. And they're down by 22 points with 5:34 to go in the third. Sissom trying to draw the defense off. Doesn't work. Now he takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking end zone, fires it. Brent Jackson! Touchdown! What a catch! Brent Johnson.
Wow.
And now there's a little scuffle after the play, and I think Johnson had his helmet removed for him, or he removed his own helmet. I'm not sure what went down exactly. I do know it is a touchdown. It will count. Now, what the penalty is after the touchdown remains to be seen, but that makes it 29-13 with 5:25 to go in the third. There's a penalty flag back near the line of scrimmage also. So I guess I spoke too soon if I presumed out loud that the touchdown would count. We'll have to see what it is. Mr. Maxwell, our referee, is discussing it with his crew. There are 5 officials over there. 2 have been excluded from the conversation, but they were on the other side of the field.
So what are the linemen and so on for both teams are back at the line of scrimmage, as if the penalty is against Travis, which would mark it back. And some of the Travis players are looking for a touchdown, but let's see what we got. The call coming right now. Let's see if you can hear it.
All right, here's Mr. Maxwell.
Number 75 on the offense. Unsportsmanlike penalty. Number 9 on the defense. Will march the 10-yard holding foul, and then the 15-yard the other way, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay, just wanted to explain to everybody that the only way we can let you hear Mr. Maxwell is turn our mics up all the way. That's how loud the PA system is here.
If they do 10 yards back and then 15 yards forward, it should be a first down.
I believe it will be.
Yep.
And you are exactly right, Patrick. It's as if you are inside the mind of our referee, Mr. Maxwell.
Well, I don't know what happened on an unsportsmanlike, but we do know the helmet came off of the receiver, Johnson, and I don't know if that had anything to do with the unsportsmanlike. But first down, Tigers.
Yes, that drive continues now. So it was holding on the offense during the play, and then after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct by the defense. And on the 1st and 10 play from the 23-yard line of Foster just completely snuffs out the play where they get the ball to Nefemi Rufai. He's just buried for a 2.5-yard loss.
I think there was supposed to be some blocking on that play.
Maybe someone
they
was
weren't
supposed
too successful.
to pull. Pulling
he was
guards
all alone
to provide some protection. But Foster appeared to know that the play was coming. Sissom rolls to the left, looking down the field, dodges a pass rusher, throws sideline, and it's intercepted by Foster. It is intercepted by Foster, and this could be a pick 6. Coming all the way back, it's Ojaku, Ashton Ojaku. And there are no flags on the field, And the Foster Falcons have turned this into a rout. That touchdown makes it 35-7 with the extra point to come. And you know, you've mentioned those coaches in the booth next to us were kind of angry at a couple of points, but they are delighted right now.
They're
with
not
what
angry
just
anymore.
happened.
They're hooting and hollering.
That Ashton Ojaku, wow, he is quite a player, huh?
He's having a great night. That was probably the first time I saw tonight Sisson make a poor decision. It cost him 6.
Extra point kick up and good. 36-7 is our new score with 4:38 to go in the third quarter. Travis is way behind. They got a lot of work to do. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately, like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Kick is in the air and taken by Travis at the 10-yard line. Returning it is Jaden McCoy all the way diagonally from the far side of the field to the near side, and he gets it across the 30. Knocked out at the 32-yard line. Hustling down on the play for Foster to make that tackle was Mason Ladisky. And I guess Mason Ladisky is the brother of Jackson Ladisky, who was the holder on that failed extra point kick that ended up being a successful 2-point conversion. All right, so we had been giving you some scores. Ridgepoint is trailing at Dickinson 14-0 with 8:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Patrick, Ridgepoint, usually the class of Class 6A teams in District Fort Bend ISD and District 26A, but they're off to a rough start. Of course, they did play Austin Westlake last week. On the first play, the first play of this drive, Travis gave it to Lang, and he gained 2 yards.
Dickinson is usually a pretty good team too, and I think they're definitely facing strong competition early on here, which is going to help them in the long run. And now we have a timeout, I believe, a player down.
Okay, so let's round up a few more scores. So 8:35 left in that Ridgepoint game, and the Panthers have not even gotten on the scoreboard. And before we give you another score, Patrick, from what I hear, you remember last year, who could forget the great quarterback play that Ridgepoint got from the once-in-a-decade talent B.J. Emanuel and the plays that he could make.
Yes.
And he has moved on to Central Michigan. He's going to be the quarterback for the Chippewas, if not this year, then some year in the near future. But Ridgepoint evidently has a lot going for them, but they're not set on a quarterback yet. I had been told that they had 4 pretty good candidates, but no one has really emerged, and they didn't get all the August work in that they wanted to because of weather interruptions and things like that. So they better get their act together because district play starts next week.
I'm sure they will.
4 minutes to go in the quarter. Sissom going to throw on first down, and he threw over the head. He thought his receiver, that being Johnson, was going to head down the sideline, but he stopped his route about 10 yards down the field, and the ball flew out of bounds. So it'll be it'll be 3rd down and 8 because on the play prior to that, Lang had run for 2 yards. So trying to stay on the field right now, the Travis offense. Sissom steps up, looks down the field. He's going to pull it down and run, makes a move, and he's short of the first down by 1.5 yards. There was a very, very nice open field tackle there by Jaden Payne, who has been a major pain.
He sure has.
For the Travis Tigers.
A pain in the side of the Travis Tigers, and now looks like they're going to punt it.
Yep.
I kind of thought they might go for it on 4th and 2 here, but I guess this is probably the right call. I thought Sisson was going to get that first down. It looked like he had pretty good a chance, but a good tackle by Payne. Do you have more scores over
yes,
there, Roger?
Here's a pretty interesting one. At halftime, Katy and Atascocita are tied up, 14 all. Latest we have on that is
that's
halftime.
A good early season matchup, isn't it?
You bet. And Atascocita is the team that Ridgepoint lost to in the 3rd round of the playoffs last year. And there's a whistle prior. Is a delay of game on the Travis punt team. So that'll just back them up a little bit. By the way, at halftime, the Columbia Roughnecks are leading the Brazosport Exporters 7-6. And I mention that just because I love both of those nicknames. Outstanding team nicknames. Alvin leading Cleveland 34-14. The punt is away by Esteban. Wobbly kick, but it's going to be a pretty good result as it rolls past the 40-yard line of Foster and rolls dead at the 36. Downed there by Colby Dittler.
Well, Roger, I can beat those mascots if you unless you got a few more scores.
Let's see. Austin Bulldogs tied up 15 all with Houston Westbury. And the Austin Bulldogs, one of the few teams in Fort Bend ISD, off to a good start. If they can get the win tonight over Westbury, then they'll be 2-0.
They'll be atop the district.
Non-district games.
I know, but they got to put it on there somehow at the beginning of the season, and it's hard to. Everybody's playing different competition and so on. But I'm going to get to that mascot at some point here.
Yes.
What were the ones you said that you liked?
The Columbia Roughnecks, sometimes known as West Columbia Roughnecks, and the Brazosport Exporters. A 5-yard gain by Ojaku. And now Fayard to throw down the left hash marks. Caught in stride. This is going to be another touchdown. It's a 59-yard score by Dylan Apney. Fayard threw it perfectly, and he almost let it kind of slide under his hands.
Yeah,
and
he had it on his hip there for a second.
He kept on running, and he managed to maintain control. And with 1:58 to go in the 3rd quarter, Travis is getting worse, getting beaten worse tonight than I think I've seen anybody beat them except maybe Katy in the last decade. Sorry about that. Nick Lopez on to add the extra point. Wow, this is getting out of hand, isn't it, Patrick?
Sure is. 43-7.
All right, we'll take a break and be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugar Land, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
Ever take your hands off the wheel and your auto starts veering left or right? That's your vehicle's way of saying, hey, I'm out of alignment and you're ruining the tires. First Tire and Automotive, 4 convenient locations, make sure you won't be driving crooked in the carpool lanes. Take advantage of free standard alignment with purchase of 4 tires and 15% on AC Delco batteries. Check out the website firsttireandauto.com for details and to book your appointment today. First Tire and Automotive with 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
All right, Patrick, on the kickoff, Nick Lopez kicked it out of bounds, far sideline, and so Travis opts to take it at the 30-yard line, and they'll begin a drive here that hopefully will start to make this game a little bit closer.
Roger, did you know that the score at one point was 7-7?
It sure was.
36 unanswered points for the Foster Falcons.
By the way, I'm not sure what they're discussing here, but what were you going to say about mascot names?
All right, so, okay, referee's trying to say something here. But anyway, we back in my day playing high school football, we had a road trip game all the way to Moorhead, Minnesota, which is in the extreme west part of Minnesota. Here's the first play here.
Sissom trying to draw the defense off, gives it to Lang. He's hit in the backfield. And still going. They did not get him to the ground, and he fights to get back to the line of scrimmage and never does. It ends up being a loss of 1 or 2. What were you going to say?
That was the toughest 2-yard loss run I've ever seen. He never went down. He was just fighting his way, and
he was mad.
But there was just always a white jersey Foster guy he ran into every time. And anyway, being in west central Wisconsin, we drove on a road trip to Moorhead, Minnesota, which is probably about 5-6 hour drive. Here's the 2nd and 12.
Sissom hands it off to Lang again. Finally some daylight for young Mr. Lang, and he runs for a first down. Gets across the 40, a 12-yard pickup. It moves the sticks. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
That was the best run of the night for Lang. The other best run of the night for the Tigers was a scramble play by Sissom back in the first quarter.
Sissom attempts a pass, pulls it down, runs, gets one, pushed back. Nice tackle, Connor Hanks, and it's 2nd and 9.
There's going to be a penalty on that play.
There would be.
Unnecessary roughness. He threw him to the ground at the end of the play, and the helmet came off of Sissom. Does he have to come out on that play?
Well, I guess if in the judgment of the officials the defensive player caused the helmet to come off, maybe he doesn't have to.
Well, he just went back to the huddle. Here.
All right, they'll step off 15 yards. So we're in Minnesota.
Yeah, just on that play, it's a classic unnecessary roughness. I mean, he had the tackle made, and he threw him to the ground, which is unnecessary. Anyway, so we're playing a team in Moorhead, Minnesota, one of the better teams in Minnesota that year, and we were fighting for the playoffs for ourselves. In Wisconsin, we had a pretty good team. Here's the 1st and 10 play.
There goes Lang again. He gets more daylight inside the 30. Tripped up, and that'll be another first down as Coleman Biggs knocked his pins out from under him, but it moves the sticks again.
So we actually played at North Dakota State University, the field there, and we were all excited about playing on AstroTurf at the time. Roger, somebody has their umbrella up. Does that mean it's raining, Roger?
Hey!
Murphy's Law did not happen.
Yeah, I can see the drops as I look up at the lights.
It's a good thing we're inside the cone of silence tonight.
It sure is.
And there's the end of the third quarter.
We'll have to third quarter. Well, tell us about the mascot thing.
Okay, so anyway, I'm trying to tell you the story so that you can try to guess what the mascot is. I don't know if I can do that, though.
Is it a team from Moorhead?
Moorhead, Minnesota.
I'm going to guess the Moose.
People guess the Moose, and that's not what it is.
Okay. Does it start with an M?
It does not start with an M.
Okay, what does it start with?
Starts with an S.
The Moorhead. Is it a reptile of some kind?
No.
Okay. Is it a furry mammal of some kind? Is it a human being?
No.
I give up. What is it?
Here it is, Roger. The Moorhead Spuds.
The Moorhead Spuds.
S-P-U-D-S. They grow a lot of potatoes over there, and their mascot was a spud. And you had a mascot walking around with a potato a potato outfit on.
So he was basically Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato. I mean, we could not stop laughing when we found out that that was their mascot. Unfortunately, we were able to win the game, but a bunch of us bought some hats, Moorhead Spud hats.
And you ate loaded baked potatoes as a victory meal after the game.
That's
And they're
right.
on. We have begun the fourth quarter, and on 1st and 10 from the Foster 30-yard line, Travis runs the ball over the right side, and they get nothing and don't like it. Running back on that play, Carmelo Ratliff. By the way, I want to say hello and say thank you to our quality assistant, though she is inside the mothership at Vype Live World Headquarters, Christina Weber. Thank you for the great job you're doing and the wonderful compliments you give us by text.
She is not in the cone of silence.
She is not in the cone of silence. She's listening to several games at once and making sure that everything goes
Right.
well. And on that play that I didn't get to describe because I was talking about how wonderful Christina Weber is, Sissom threw incomplete, so it's now 3rd down and 11.
It's safe to say,
for
Roger,
the Tigers.
we're at that point of the game where we're trailing off a little bit here.
Well, hopefully
which is
we're
fine.
making somebody. You tickled Christina Weber with your story about the Spuds. She says she's crying. She's laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Far sideline pass incomplete.
Oh, he had it. But,
he had it for a moment, and that's Johnson, Brent Johnson over there on
he was
outside
guy
the numbers.
He was the guy who had that touchdown there that they called back on the offsetting penalties.
Yes.
We would rather have had the touchdown than the offsetting penalties, obviously, but
it's 4th and 11, and Travis is going to go for it, and it looks like Foster has completely changed out its defense. I think I saw, well, maybe not the whole defense, but it looked like half a dozen guys came off. And
if they have the right amount of players on the
they're
field.
all replaced. Sissom rolling to his right. He's under pressure. He's in the grasp. He's trying to get rid of it, and he can't, and he's down for a big loss back at the 47. That is a 17-yard sack. And there was a guy who was like a bounty hunter, just was not going to give up. That's Ahmad Alchikali.
There he is again. That's another one that you could say fast a few times. That'll probably sting your tongue if you say it fast too many times. And I'm hopeful here that the Foster Falcons feel comfortable enough here to run the ball. They have a 36-point lead. The last time they had the ball, they threw a bomb for a touchdown. They don't need any more points. They just need to run the clock.
Running to the right on that jet sweep, but the jet never gets off the ground as Ashton Ojaku does take a loss of a yard or two, runs all the way to the sideline. That was great pursuit by the Travis linebacker, Thomason Olarun Femi. And I know Thomason Olarun Femi's mom. She's a good friend of mine. I've taught with her before, and she teaches in the A-Leaf ISD just like I do. And Thomason Olarun Femi ran down the running back for a 3-yard loss, and so Foster will try to make up that yardage. Dropping back is Fayard, throws far sideline and right on target. A beautiful possession pass for a gain of about 8 yards to the 49. That gets back more than half of what they
quarterback is
needed.
down here.
Uh-oh, Fayard is down. Oh, my goodness. Let me give you a couple more scores here. Did you know that the Van Vleck Leopards lead the Sweeney Bulldogs with in the first minute of the third quarter, 28-14. The Sweeney Bulldogs, of course, the high school alma mater of Elmo Wright, who invented the touchdown dance.
Hold on a second. It was the first quarter?
No, it was the first minute of the third quarter.
Oh, my goodness. I thought you said the first quarter, 28-14. That's fireworks if it's that many points.
Well, they could have had a lightning delay at one or more of these games. That's possible.
It's good news that Fayard is up.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be okay, favoring his right leg a little bit. But you know what, Patrick, with your team up 36 points, I don't know that Fayard needs to be out there anyway.
I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, now that might be just all the coach needed to see and get him out of the game.
So on 3rd and 6, somebody else will be taking the snaps, and do you see a number there?
I'm looking.
Yeah, I think I see that it is Landon Godwin.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Number
he's
8, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit shorter than J.T. Fayard. Godwin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, going to throw on his first play. No, he's pressured, and the Travis Tigers get him for a sack, loss of 2 yards. Nice, persistent pass rush there by Travis's Bren Hudkins.
Looks like they're keeping their offense out on the field here.
They sure are.
And 7.
4th and 7.
Whether they'll keep him on the field or not, I don't know. Here comes the punt team now.
By the way, I need to refresh my little Texas Football Friday app from Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You know, they've changed their minds here.
They're going to punt it.
They sent the offense to the sideline, and now they will punt it, and their punter is Kendall Stewart. The last time he was in punt formation, he pulled it down and ran.
Well, that snap was low. He's able to get it off nicely, though.
And a bad bounce. I think it might have hit a Tiger. And if it did, it's going to be Foster football at about the 15-yard line.
They cannot advance that.
They can't advance it, of course, but
we're trying to find out if it actually...
We're waiting for an official to signal whose ball it is.
That's all the Tigers needed was that play.
The side judge and the head linesman are talking with each other. Now they're talking with Mr. Maxwell. And it is going to be Foster football. Oh, my goodness.
And recovered by the kicking team. That ball is not advanceable, but it is the recovery by the kicking team, therefore it's first down.
All right, so just goes from bad to worse for Travis. 9:04 to go in this ball game, and they're trailing by 36, and now Foster has the ball in the red zone once again. Landon Godwin is just taken over at quarterback for J.T. Fayard, and he hands it up the middle. There goes Ojaku, bouncing outside. 10, 5, still going, fighting. Touchdown! Oh, my goodness, 16-yard run. I think he broke half a dozen tackles, Patrick, on his way to the end zone. And this game is just simply out of hand.
Yeah, he the last, 8, 9 yards, he did that all on his own. He fought through some tackles and kept the legs driving and found the corner of the end zone. And the Foster Falcons are poised to hit the half-century mark here.
By the way, as Lopez kicks the extra point, it's up and good. Do you know the name of the minor league baseball team in Amarillo? I don't know who they're affiliated with.
I do not know.
It's the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Sod Poodles?
Sod Poodles.
S-O-D.
Yes, as in grass. Poodles, as in...
Dogs.
Yeah, dogs that don't look real macho, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, that'd be kind of... What kind of logo do they got, I wonder?
It's not very intimidating. Put it that way. We'll take a break. It is 50. Yes, Foster has hung half 100 on the Travis Tigers. 50-7 is the score, 8:40 to go. That's a lot of football still to be played, Patrick. Oh, my goodness. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavenall with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Next Level Urgent Care supports Fort Bend County sports and supports you whenever you're hurting. Next Level is here for the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 9, for you and your family at more than 30 Greater Houston locations, including Sugarland, Sienna, Greatwood, Longmeadow, and 4 in Katy. From ow to wow, Next Level Urgent Care has you covered. And if you're short on time, Next Level has an app to get you in line right away. Just text NLUC APP to 313131 for Next Level Urgent Care.
The Foster kickoff went out of bounds. Travis elected to take the ball at the 30. Sissom ran for no gain on his first play, and then he hands it off on 2nd down and 10 to his running back, Ayo Akin. Wait a minute, I'm going to try again. Swing and a miss on the first attempt to pronounce the running back's name. Ayodeji Akinrinmati. There we go. That's a solid single up the middle. Ayodeji Akinrinmati.
That was not a bloop single. That was a line drive.
Oh, thank you. So he ran for a loss of 1. It's 3rd down and 11. Sissom stands strong, runs away from the pressure, heaves it down the near sideline and over the head of his intended receiver, Robert Sims, and it'll be punt time for the Travis Tigers. And let's see, Patrick, how about a score or two here that we were trying to update earlier? We already knew that Dulles lost to Cy Woods. I think that was last night. Bush lost to Magnolia West 43-0 last night. Pasadena Memorial beat Kempner. We had that one for you on VypeFortBend.com, 37-3. Fulsher beat Fort Bend Clements 77-18. And the punt snap gets through the hands of Esteban, the punter. He runs for his life to the left and goes down at the 20-yard line. And it's already 50-7. We've got more than half the third quarter to go. But look at the clock here, Patrick.
Well,
we just had a change of possession, and they're letting the clock run.
Well, now they're running it. Yeah, they stopped it just ever so briefly, but unfortunately for the Tigers, the Falcons are knocking on the door again. Right at the 20-yard line after that mishandled snap, and then tried to scramble and didn't get much. And the Falcons are taking their time over there at the sideline. The play clock hasn't even started yet. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Well, I just think, they know the outcome of this game, and so.
Is this called mercy?
It's mercy indeed. Tender mercies is what it is.
It's mercy at Mercer.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, that's good. I wish I had thought of that. By the way, the game went final at Dickinson, 14-0. The Gators over Ridgepoint. What the heck is happening with the Ridgepoint Panthers and everybody else in Fort Bend ISD except the Austin Bulldogs? Pass down the middle, incomplete. Lifted up there by Jackson Ledisky. The backup quarterback has come in to take control of the offense. And his pass is incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10 at the Travis 20 for the Foster Falcons. And I think we see two juggernauts who are on a collision course to play each other on the final week of the season. Foster and Fulsher are both crushing their opponents. There's a pass into the left flat, incomplete. He was trying to get it to his brother. Isn't that sweet? Jackson Ledisky throwing for Mason Ledisky, but since it was an inaccurate pass, do you think the brothers will fight about it as they get home?
Roger, did you just use the word sweet?
Yeah.
In a football game?
There's something about siblings playing on the same team.
But the word sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet.
Come
It's
on,
brotherly
Roger.
love. They've probably been dreaming about throwing,
I'll tell you what,
pitch and catch on varsity
level.
level.
The score is 50-7 when you use the word sweet.
Well, Ledisky, the quarterback, scrambles to the right on 3rd down and 10, and he gets about 5 yards. And so what do you think? I'll bet they bring on the field goal unit. I think they're going to. Nick Lopez will get an opportunity to kick a field goal that'll be 32 yards, I think, from the right hash mark. and they've taken the flags down, so I don't really know if we have wind. We still have a gentle rain falling, not on our equipment, which is under a roof.
That's right. It's a good thing we're up here, Roger.
Man, oh man, Patrick, I have never had a season start. Hold on. Here's the Lopez field goal attempt, but he hooks it to the left. It's no good. So the score remains 50-7 with 3:43 and the clock running while Travis brings its offense back out. So we're basically, we VypeFortBend.com are now 0 for 5 in seeking a competitive game. We had 3 games last week. We've had 2 games this week, and nothing has had any drama at the end. None whatsoever.
You used the Murphy's Law earlier. I'm going to say a different law is going to have to come into effect here as the season goes on, and I'm going to call it the law of averages. It's going to even out, and we're going to get some good games here coming up. It has to get better, Roger.
I sure hope so. And now we have a different quarterback out there for Travis. It's Garcia, who's coming on for the second time, and he hands it off on the right side, and that's a nice little run there for 20 yards from Ayodeji Akinrinmati, just a sophomore.
Jeez.
Did you like my pronunciation?
Well, Roger, whether you pronounce them correctly or not, you always sound like it is correct. So you just have a way of confidently saying the names. That's a gift that you have that I don't have.
Well, I might be saying his first name wrong, but I'm sure his last name is Akinrinmati. Now a delay, handoff up the middle, and about a 3-yard pickup for Carmelo Ratliff.
But the key there, Roger, is that you confidently say it. That's the key.
Oh, you know you do have to kind of sell it a little bit.
You do, and you
got to sell it.
You are a seller of names. Well, we have a Foster player down.
A Foster player down. He's lying on his back. I think he's going to be okay. He just looks like maybe he's exhausted.
Yeah, he kind of has that look, doesn't he? Just it's like, is this game over yet?
And
we put enough points on the board?
You know how people put their hands behind their head as they lie on a grassy meadow and look up at the sky? It looks like that's what he's done with his arms. He's kind of put them behind his head.
Or that he's stargazing, except there's no stars out. It's raining.
There's a terrible cloud cover and raindrops falling in his eyes.
Now, hopefully he's okay, but the way they're looking at him, it looks like a cramp, the way they're stretching him out again.
They pick up his left leg and straighten it out.
He's up and at him here.
Yeah, he's going to hobble over to the sideline, and that player, since we've told you so many things about him, Dylan Williams, and he breaks into a trot as he gets outside the numbers. I think Dylan will be just fine.
Yep, he'll be fine, and he'll be able to do a little more stargazing later if he wants.
And he spells his first name just like the fictitious Texas town in the television series Friday Night Lights.
Spell it for us.
Dillon.
The fictitious town.
Yeah.
Never watched that
Dillon
show,
Panthers.
Roger. I never watched that show.
Oh, you probably wouldn't like it. I've gotten to know you. I just don't think you'd like it. There was too much drama.
Yeah.
Second down and 8 for the Tigers, and a handoff up the middle. And again, they give it to Carmelo Ratliff, and they were unable to open a hole for him, and he ends up losing a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, the Foster and both teams, I guess, are allowing everybody to play in this ball game. That's the one positive, I guess, especially for Foster getting their guys in with a big lead. You don't want to be the team putting your guys in because you're losing by a lot.
Yeah, well, mercifully, the clock is down to a minute and a half and still ticking. Garcia goes low to receive the snap, swings the ball out, gets a completion, fighting for yardage, and short of the first down after a pickup of 6 is Carmelo Ratliff. And the clock will keep on ticking down. It'll be 4th down and a long 2. Pretty sure the Tigers will go ahead and go for it. Why the heck not?
Well, yeah, clock running.
By the way, Patrick, tomorrow night I'll be here working solo, Friendswood against Willow Ridge. Hopefully a win for Fort Bend and some drama at the end of the game, a close, competitive game.
Well, the other drama, Roger, will be whether you're in the cone of silence or not.
Well, I plan to go out there since it's just me. If it ends up being a bad decision, I'm the only one who suffers. And they run to the left. Carmelo Ratliff, nice effort, gets a first down, a pickup of 8 into Foster territory. But with the clock at 31.7 seconds, they've been letting it run even between missed field goal attempts and the next snap, and now they stop it to set the chains.
Well, it's running again, under 30.
By the way, when this is over, we're going to say a quick goodbye. So if you got anything to say it now.
Goodbye.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. Here's a handoff up the middle. We're down to 12 seconds. Short gain for Travis, and that will be the last play of the ball game. Thank you very much for being with us. If you are still listening to us, you must love us, and we love you. Our final score, 50-7. So for Patrick Kinnick, Christina Weber, Merle Bertrand, Suna Venkat, Bob McKay, all our friends out there in Fort Bend ISD Athletic Administration who always work so well with us, Roger Smith and Patrick Kinnick saying goodbye from Lord Have Mercer Stadium. As the final score is 50-7, the Foster Falcons are flying high after week 2, and they're going to be in good shape when their district play starts in about 2 weeks. Good night, everybody, and we will talk to you with crowd noise. Tomorrow, it'll just be me, Willow Ridge against Friendswood. Until then, we love you all.